Sports Encyclopedia. We West Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you? He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. You said from day one you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you. Oh, God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you.
What up, man? It's Work Boot Wednesday, man. Strap up your hard hats and your work boots and strap in, man, because I'm about to go scorch earth on what's happening right here in my home state of California and what is being allowed here in my home state of California. The city and the state that politics have probably ruined, the greatest, most beautiful state in the union, non-debatable. It's clear as cut. It's the greatest state in the union. Before politics has ripped it apart and absolutely destroyed some of our blue blood cities, Oakland, Frisco, LA, San Diego, we still have a state that a lot of folks want to come see, enjoy, weather. I was on my fucking yacht 2 days ago at 75 degrees out here. Now, the wind is so bad today that I can't even open the door. My dogs refuse to go outside. I got shit everywhere. Tree snapped. The wind's crazy. It's like 75 degrees out here, and I got my doggy door flapping. 75 miles an hour winds, 75 mile an hour winds out here, which is not helping the fires, which is about an hour away from me. Maui vibes are at an all-time high. I'm just going to be honest. I got Maui vibes. Here's why. Don't blame the homeless for starting a fire. Don't blame a fucking homeless person for starting this fire. Stop fucking telling us that it's rain and you're pissing on us. Stop. Stop slapping us in the fucking face. Newsom and you fucking idiots that are running this state into the ground. Stop telling me that a bum went out and started a fucking forest fire that has become one of the worst situations that I've ever seen in this state. These are $20 and $30 million homes. A lot of you out here could say, oh, who gives a fuck? That's the rich. They'll be insured. Let me tell you about Pacific Palisades in California. It's the richest land in America. There is no richer land, no richer area. It overlooks the Pacific Ocean. It sits right there, ties in, and goes all the way down the coast to Maui, which is now on fire as well. And for some reason, we want to destroy really, really, really rich land. Just like Maui. I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But here's what I do know. You fucking idiots who are out here from the hood trying to loot these areas need to be castrated on the spot. And I'm just telling you, you're glad I'm not there, you fucking nobody low-life fucks. Go fucking get a job. Every fucking time we have some issue, these fucking idiots want to go loot. And I'm telling you straight up, I hope you guys get fucking caught in the fire, you fucking nobodies. And I'm going to be honest, our mayor, who's a woke fucking joke, is not even in the state, not even in the country of California. She's in fucking Ghana or some shit. It's real interesting that you chose to go away during this issue. And I got to be honest, man, we have no water. We had the heaviest downpour in 30 years last year. We had the heaviest rain drop in 30 years last year. And there's no water, no fucking water in the hydrants. Our fire hydrants have no water in them. And I got a friend that's a fucking fire chief in Long Beach, and I'm just telling you, there's no fire in the hydrants to use on these fires. So we're literally dumping ocean water that is next to Pacific Palisades, the Pacific Ocean. My boat is 10 minutes away from this area. Planes are diving in, grabbing water from the Pacific and dumping Pacific Ocean water on these fires because there's no fucking hydrant water. And let me show you who the fuck's in charge of that. This fucking queer. And I'm so fucking tired of these weirdo fucks. We got a guy who's so fucking happy about being the first LGBTQ fire chief in LA Fire Department fucking history that this fuck right here is destroying the greatest state in the fucking union because we're so fucking hyped on celebrating this dumbass shit over fucking protecting the citizens of this state who pay you fucking more tax dollars than any fucking place in America. And yet we're going to celebrate this fucking made up human over fucking water in the hydrants to save these homes. What a fucking joke, man, that this state has become, the parts of this country has become, and this is a fucking absolute slap in our face. And you don't got to be from California to fucking appreciate and respect the fact that the real Californians are going through this because it's coming to a state near you, folks. You saw it in Maui. You're seeing it in New York, Maui, Hawaii, California, 3 of the greatest states in the union, most populous as well. Why is this happening? It's fucking ironic that these fires started in a fucking Santa Ana wind gust that's 75 miles an hour all of a sudden. It's funny that you start a fire. And I'm just being honest, man. I'm not going to talk conspiracies and shit, but I know a bum walking down the street didn't start this to where it got this out of fucking control and we couldn't get it under control. A homeless guy walking down the street, they're saying, started this. Stop slapping us in the fucking face. Because these fires are in Hollywood, Malibu, Sunset, and fucking La Cienaga's on fire. If any of you know where Sunset and La Cienega is, it's nowhere near this. You got to go all the way around the coast down to Santa Monica, all the way around to get to Pacific Palisades from fucking Hollywood. So tell me that this is all coincidence and bums are just walking around setting fires. I hate to call them bums, homeless people. But I'm just telling you, man. What a fucking joke. We got fires all over this place, and our fucking mayor's not here. Shithead fucking demonic-ass governor coming down here taking TikTok pictures instead of talking about where the fire is. He's literally at the fire doing fucking videos and ops. Why the fucking state's burning up, especially Pacific Palisades, and it's all ironic because they just fucking about to have an inauguration of the president they don't want in office. And I don't give a fuck about who's the president or who's in it or who's not. Bottom line is, it's funny how this all happens around the first of the year, every fucking year. Why is that? Nobody wants to talk about it. Anyway, man, I had to clear the air because I had something to vent about, and I had to do it. And I'm so fucking tired of these fucks, man. I swear to God. It's harder and harder to leave my state when it's in turmoil like this. A lot of you will say, just leave the state. Well, I don't have bits in my blood. I don't just fucking run from the first fucking adversity that I face. So, you know what? I'm so glad I didn't talk about the Fox Sports bullshit because we got real life shit here. Fuck who this broad's fucking and who everyone else is fucking. I got real issues here. I got fucking homies that's getting fucking moved. I got 30,000 people getting fucking evacuated. And I got fucking people's houses and livelihoods being affected, literally being thrown out of their houses. Meanwhile, fucking nobody bottom feeders are fucking looting these places to benefit off of something they never could earn themselves because they're absolute fucking nobodies with no fucking parental advice and have never been told to not do something. And yet, you guys want to talk about fucking what's going on the internet with trending ass situations. Fuck you and everybody that you fucking want to discuss. I'm so fucking glad. You know why? Perfect lesson. Have some fucking integrity and character about yourself. Maybe you won't jump on the first thing smoking. You'll actually wait because something serious may be coming down the pipe to talk about like this. So fuck all your trending bullshit that you want me to talk about. Now we got real situations, you fucks. Anyway, man, it's unbelievable. The great fucking state's on fire and nobody wants to talk about it. It wasn't even on fucking news. CNN, nobody even had it on news until the fucking thing became so big on social media, the news finally had to report it. There wasn't a fucking peep about it on the news. How fucking funny is that, too? Anyway, man, my Far East Sider, Naptown legend, Lamar Jackson loving, LeBron hairline having, AR5 defending, Caitlin Clark jocking, our self-esteem co-host extraordinaire, Smitty. Welcome him in real quick. Let's talk some football now.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's hard to come in with the smiles and stuff right now with all the craziness going on. So T's and P's up to all the friends and family and people around the city. It's definitely crazy out here. I didn't even know how bad it was until one of the homies that like called me last night who lives in Compton, who I was supposed to do a podcast with, and he was talking about how bad it was out there. So I looked out my window and I'm seeing trees flowing around. I'm like, damn, I didn't know it was this windy because I'm just in my zone in the house, and I had to move stuff from my patio inside the house just to make sure, the situation was good. And one of my homies who you met, Julian, is a firefighter, so he's been actually in the fires and stuff. So I had to check on him, make sure he was good last night. He's safe, which is good. But yeah, it's definitely crazy out here, JB, for sure. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't like how you don't have fire hydrant water in LA. It makes zero sense. That's what makes people come up with conspiracies and people come up with these far outland. To a lot of people, again, the truth fucking hurts in a crazy world of lies. And I'm just telling you, like, we wonder why people ask, well, why are the power lines on in 80-mile-an-hour winds? It was very similar to Maui. Like, you're supposed to shut down certain things. I mean, I got people that work in fucking city and power, fucking water and power. I got people that are fire chiefs in Long Beach. I can't go to my boat right now because there's fire. They won't let you in right now. So, like, the wind is so bad anyway. My boat's probably being fucking rocked around this slip, and so many other boats that are in there.
Your yacht.
But why is there no fire hydrant water? Why is the mayor of LA, the largest city population-wise in America, not here? Why is she gone all of a sudden? Like, see what I'm saying? You could say that could have been set up and, she had a vacation, whatever. But it's always something that happens during these times that make people say, well, it's fucking ironic that our mayor's gone when we have a looting going on. Then it's ironic we got fire going on and our fucking mayor's gone. It's ironic we don't have no fucking water in the hydrant and our mayor's not here to address it. Like, it's always irony of it all, man. Is just a problem I think is starting to piss folks off like myself. I just don't understand, man. I'm so fucking over it, man. We had the most rain ever last year. They said we have an abundance of water, and we have this thing called the fucking Pacific Ocean. I don't know if anyone realizes. We got this thing called the Pacific Ocean right here. The deepest body of water in the world and all that type of shit. We got it sitting right here off the Palisades. Right where the fire is. And we're out of water, though. Dog, it's just the backhand slaps in the face, man, that just continues to happen. And it's not just a California thing. This is like a nation thing. If this was happening in Naptown or fucking New York, we got cities all across, and this is coming to you. I'm just telling you, this type of shit is coming to you. We saw it during COVID. We saw it when we had the fucking train derailments in Ohio and the crazy gas smells. And now we had fire after fire after fire. New Orleans just gets hit right to start the year off. Now we got fucking a firebomb in Vegas. Then we got fucking fires in LA. What the fuck?
Nah, JB, to your point, 2025 been insane. If you really take a step back and just look across the board, the landscape, it's been like crazy stuff going on.
It gets worse every year too.
Vegas, you had the Cybertruck explosion outside the Trump Towers. You like all
That's
this happened.
Vegas fire, yeah.
2025. It's like it's been.
I'm just saying, every year it happened. It gets worse though. Every fucking year, and then. Ruben, and my boy Ruben, and his sister, a long time. I've known her since high school. Obviously, we've known each other our whole life, but she lives in Maui, man. She lives in Maui, and she was telling us stories the other day that's just unbelievable, like shit that happened, like this whole blue roof conspiracy and all this shit. She's like, man, I'm just telling you, JB, I don't follow all that shit, but there's not a blue roof house in our area that's touched with the fire, but there's a house next to it that's burnt to the ground, and it's like, damn, that's crazy. And then they're showing. I don't know if you've seen it. They're showing these fucking blue cars in Palisades that aren't fucking touched again. How the fuck? How is that possible, homie? Like, people don't want to talk about it, but how is it possible that blue cars and blue roofs aren't touched by a fire? Like, I don't know shit about this blue shit. All I'm asking is, how is it possible that a blue car right here and then the car right next to it's fucking gone, ashes? How is a house with a blue roof here and my next door neighbor is ashes? I just don't. I got to ask the question, and you can call me crazy. All you want to do, man, is I got to know why. Like, that shit is crazy. And Palisades
I can't speak on that piece. I have no idea. I don't know.
That's why I can't either. That's why I say I got to ask why. Like, somebody help me, because I got to know why a blue roof and a blue car are fire retardant. Like, I never knew that.
I got to call the homie. I got to ask the homie. He was in the fire. I'm gonna ask him, hey, bro, did you go? Was there any blue roofs that you went to that was on fire last night? Because he was in the mix. So I got to call him and see. I don't know.
I just gotta ask, homie, and I haven't been able to get that question answered, man. Because and now they're showing them in Palisades, and I'm like, and then you got like famous people, of course, JJ Redick. If you want to talk about sports, had to evacuate his wife and kids while they were in Dallas playing the Mavericks. They live in Palisades. James Woods, actor, activist, whatever, had to evacuate. His videos are the most viral because he has 5 million followers on Twitter. So obviously anything he tweets gets in the algorithm. He's showing crazy videos, bro. Like, he's in his house with his dog and his wife, and
that's him?
The fire is just around him.
Yeah, the fire is surrounding the house.
And then you got your boy from whatever, Nelk boy. What's his name? I don't know. The voice
Nelk,
guy.
I ain't talking about the Nelk boy. Yep.
It ain't it's like the guy that got beef with Nelk or whatever and left. The main one, the big one, the main one. He does Buffalo Wild Wings voice. He's the voice of Buffalo Wild Wing commercials, and he does the voiceover shit. He made it big off of that.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember.
Whatever the fuck his name is, Nananary or something, Nananary or whatever his name is.
Something like that. Bob Maneri.
You see, he's flying over fucking LA last night. You see the video he took?
I ain't see that.
You didn't see the video he took, bro?
No, you gotta add that to the show. I didn't know that.
Homie, he's flying into LA, and I'm surprised they're letting flights in because of the air quality. Because the Lakers couldn't fly back into LAX last night.
I bet you.
So
I'm you know where I'm at. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's bad. I mean, ain't no fires where I'm at, thank God. But it's super windy. The wind is crazy in itself, let alone the fires. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, man. There's a Mayor Mananary. He might be on. It might be on Instagram or I don't know where I saw it, but. He's flying over LA, man, and it's like, and here's what I want to be clear about.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's it right there.
That's crazy.
That's apocalyptic, homie.
Yeah, that looks insane.
I'm just telling you, homie. That's where I grew up, bro. I'm not from fucking Palisades. That's where we weren't allowed to go to Palisades. We only went there to fuck the bitches and But I'm just saying that right there is part of like that's home, homie. That's his home.
Yeah.
Long Beach, homie. Long Beach is right over there. Like my boat is at where I grew up. Like all my boys. Compton's right there. Torrance, Carson. This is where I grew up. This is what's happening. They're fucking eliminating us. I'm just telling you, dog. I want to show you something, though. This is the part that I'm fucking pissed about. And I didn't want to even discuss this with you because we got football to talk. We got 3 football coaches on today. We're going to use individually 30-minute segments with Knowles at 7:30, Gio at 8, Coach Fred at 8:30 to wrap the show. But I want to show that right there, Bailey. Stop. I'm cool with John Rocker and shit, and he said he might even come on the show. But stop. This is not. Stop pushing this narrative, homie. That's not who started these fucking fires. Stop pissing on me and telling me it's water. This is a video going around saying this guy is why we got what's going on. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, that's a lot of dirt and sand out there, so the fire ain't going to catch on to that right there. Number one, that dry-ass brush is going to go about this far before the wind blows it out. And that ain't going to tell me it's going to grab embers, JB, and take them to Palisades and start a massive forest fire. Shut the fuck up. This would have been put out in fucking 6 minutes. That's on the fucking beach, Smitty. That's on the shitty-ass part of the beach. People are putting this video out that this homeless man was going around saying, I'm going to start the fires. I'm going to start the fires. Well, you don't start fire in fucking dirt. I ain't no goddamn fireman, but I never seen dirt.
So, Jason, I'm going to ask you straight up. This the really show up on earth. What are you saying is happening there? If the homeless dude didn't do, because LA always has fires, but it hasn't been this bad to where it's in the actual city. Usually it's kind of on the outskirts a little bit, but it's actually in the city. What if it ain't the homeless doing it? What are you saying? Don't play around with it. What's going on?
Dog, it's about to be burnt. We're about to be burnt down because my boy is a fire chief, Smitty, said he can't even fathom what's happening. 500 yards a minute is being burned. That's 5 football fields a minute. I mean, a minute. So every minute there's 500 yards being burnt up to the ground.
Well, we need to fucking leave then.
I'm just, well, it'll end eventually. Palisades runs out of fucking tree line. I mean, it's going to end up going to the water. By the way, I've never met a homeless guy that I love giving them food in the holidays and all this shit. A lot of them are veterans. We don't fucking help out at all. I've never met a homeless guy that would start a fire to ruin his home, so he has to re-up and move fucking 1,000 miles away to get away from the fire. Have you met a guy that would literally do that?
I feel you, but again, and you know people too. Again, you know the fucking chief, so you know people too. But like, just talking to my mans who's out here, like these homeless people be out here causing fucking hell. Though I know that for a fact.
Here's the issue.
They're doing all types of crazy shit. Just all night firefighters are on calls for bullshit because homeless people are just doing reckless shit. So I do want to make that clear.
There's a deep dive into that too. This is not the normal fucking homeless person issue. I've been around homeless. LA is the most homeless population in the world. Never had these problems. Since I was a little kid, never had these problems until recently. Because these aren't the homeless.
Did JB freeze or am I tripping? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought maybe my connection was off. My fault, chat. JB froze up. I thought it was just on my end, so I just kind of got quiet. I didn't know what went down. He probably got to restart his computer or something like that, or maybe the people who he's referring to in the government might have got caught this. And I'm just playing, y'all. But hey, listen. It really is bad out here. Like I said, my mom actually called. I know JB said it wasn't on the news. Maybe it wasn't on the local news for whatever weird reason, but it was on like the national news to where my mom, who's back in Indianapolis, called me like, I don't know, probably 6 p.m. my time and asked me, was I okay? Talking about the fires. And I was like, I don't know nothing about no fires because at that time I didn't. I was just, I left work. I went to. It was a normal day for me. I went to work out. I went to the store, came home, yada yada yada. And I just started hearing more and more noise about it. I'm talking to my homie who was working the ambulance at first, but then they needed him to go into the fire. He sent me a video of him driving up to a location, and I'm like, oh shoot, it's real. And I open up my window, and I'm just seeing tree flowing. I'm hearing noise of like stuff outside, getting tossed and thrown around. So I'm like, okay, this might be a little different. I've been here for a minute. We've had fires, all the time. But again, it's typically just like wildfires to where it's like not really, it's not affecting as many places and homes as it is right now. But right now it's like in cities. I got a homegirl who literally just, who I work with just hit up me and somebody else who I work with who lives downtown and said that the Pasadena fire has her building all smoky. And so even if you're not in the actual fires itself, the air quality in LA, just going outside to breathe is tough because there's so much, smog or whatever you want to call it, just stuff in the air that's causing you to breathe this way. So, man, just hey, y'all pray for us. So when I say us, I'm not talking about me and JB. I'm sure we'll be fine, but just everybody outside. To your point, hey, D Jones said mask up. I know we everybody had mixed feelings about the mask, even myself. Shit, but it might be better than nothing. You know what I mean? I don't know what the answer is. So. But shout out to TJ Riddle, man, sending 1999. So he's praying for us, man. Stay safe. We appreciate you, TJ. Remember this too, y'all. If y'all have not subscribed yet or became a member, man, we are really close. I bet he told me yesterday where we were at. I think we're about 100 members away from getting to 1,000, if I'm not mistaken, give or take. It's something in that ballpark. So we appreciate y'all support. You know what I'm saying? When y'all become a member, y'all help us grow. When we grow, we can do more for y'all, give y'all more, do more. So the link just dropped right there in the chat. Make sure y'all clicked into it. Y'all tap in and y'all become a member. Man, one thing that I do want to tap into, just myself real quick, as just a quick update because this is the realest show on planet Earth. JB's power went out, so that's what happened. He said the whole fucking block is out. So again, this wind is insane. So I'm sure he's going to work on that and try to figure out a way to get it back going. But right now his whole power is out. So maybe he has to go into the car. I know he did that last time, but give him some time to figure that out. But for right now, though, I do personally want to dive a little bit into this AP firing. When JB come back, we'll let him dive into it as well. But let me get my take, man. So if you guys didn't see, last night, the Vegas Raiders officially fired head coach Antonio Pierce. The Raiders have now gone on from John Gruden, who resigned in 2021 after all the noise with the Washington Commanders owner and the emails leaked. They moved to Josh Daniels, who was fired in 2023, to now firing Antonio Pierce in 2025 after really one full season as the actual head coach. Last year, he was interim for a few games. This was one full season as the head coach. And there's been a lot of noise online, of different opinions and if he should have been fired, if he shouldn't have been fired, and the reasons behind that. A lot of people I'm seeing are throwing out, it's he's black, he gets 1 year and he's gone. As a black man, I actually don't believe that's the case. I don't believe this was a race situation. Now, are there race situations in the league sometimes? I believe so, even if it's subconscious. I just think sometimes, there are certain coaches that get more opportunities than other coaches for whatever reasons. But in this situation, I don't really think so. I just think that the Raiders are so bad. They're so bad after, another full season of him having the full, landscape of the team, being the official head coach. The team actually, from everything I read, actually loved him because he was more of a player's coach. He was hard-nosed. Like, he's from out here, LA. He's from the area. So, obviously, Raiders is in Vegas now, but we know Raiders is really like a LA, Oakland, Cali, just that's a California team we'll call it. So he knows the culture. He understands it. He's embraced it. So he had all of that in his favor, but they're still bad. So I think from an ownership standpoint, again, I talked about this with my coach. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. I don't think they're bad because of him. I think they're bad because they don't have the players. Coach JB always says it's Jimmy and Joe's over X's and O's, and I really believe that. You could be a hell of a head coach, Bill Belichick, the GOAT. But if you don't have the right players around you, your team will be bad. But we'll dive into that a little bit more. JB, quick update with you, man. You're walking around outside. I told the people your power went out. What's going on with you right now, though?
The power's out of the whole street, bro. So I ain't gonna be able to get on probably. It's so pitch dark in my house. It looks apocalyptic out here. It's fucking. That's the fires from where you are out here by me.
Like I was telling you when you hopped off, one of my homegirls who lives downtown said the fires in Pasadena has her entire building like smoky as fuck right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'll make sure we're not throwing no numbers and all that. People is crazy out there. I don't want JB's stuff information going out there, but as I can see, it might be
this
tough
is just my box. This is my box. This ain't my power, homie. I don't know.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're good. Make sure you walking around. Make sure your numbers and stuff you ain't showing too much.
Yeah. It's so fucking fiery out here.
You look a little nervous, bro. What you?
No, I can't see. And then if I go in the house, I have no internet up in the mountains. So if I go in the house, I'll lose Wi-Fi because there's no Wi-Fi. There's no power. So I ain't gonna have no power for it. I ain't gonna have no. I can't even sit in the house because it's pitch dark.
Where's Callie and Ash at?
In the house. These motherfuckers.
They chilling.
It's so dark. Hey, look how dark it is in here. This is my house.
is down there a vibe though? I kind of like it like that. Cause JB, you're so white. You're so white that even though it's dark, we can still see you clearly. Like you look normal.
This how I look when I used to like hit licks and shit. I used to go around.
Oh, that shit kind of hard.
Yeah, this how it was. I used to go.
Matter of fact, JB, hold on. Real quick, give us a quick little show us how you used to hit licks back in the day. For all the people in the chat who wants to learn, how did young JB used to hit licks? Give us a demonstration real quick.
This how it is right here, homie. See this motherfucker. Watch my back, homie. Open that drawer. Where the safe at, homie? You want to fuck with this cat, bro? I think he might have some heat. Let's go. Get the fuck out of here. It's so dark in here, homie. I can't even do it. I got shit flying everywhere. Look at this shit, homie. My whole backyard's fucked right now.
Damn.
Damn, homie.
Can't blame Ash for this one, homie.
Fucking backyard's all fucking everywhere. Huh?
So you can't blame Ash for this.
You said what?
This time. It ain't asphalt this time.
Nah, this shit. Nah, this shit everywhere out here. God damn, homie. This fucking look at this. God damn.
Yeah, that wind is insane, homie.
Fucking. I got shit everywhere. This shit's gonna fucking. See, this how motherfucking fire really start. You fuck around. I got a whole fucking look at the fucking lighter fluid will catch something. Fucking boom.
JB started the fire.
Damn, homie.
Hold on.
God damn, homie.
JB, you think you started the fire, homie?
Damn, homie. They broke my fucking my lanterns, my fucking lamp, my heating lamp. Ah.
Who's they, homie?
Shit, homie. Look at that shit. Busted my shit, man. All of them. Look at this. Look at this shit. Fuck you, you fucking wind fucks. God.
What do you call them? Wind
Look
fucks?
at this, homie.
That was your white side right there,
Jason. All my fucking shit's broken, man. Fuck Newsom, man. Fuck, look at this, homie. All the way off over here, the fucking top of my steamer.
Damn, homie.
Look at this, homie. Another one. God damn, homie. A chair flew all the way over here.
The fire thing, the fire pit messed up. My shit cool over here.
God damn. I want to know what third world ass country I live in where fucking power goes out because it gets a little windy. Motherfucker, power went out yesterday out here too. Fucking shithole ass fucking state, man. Go inside, man. God damn.
It's because where you live at, man. You live in the Goonies somewhere, homie. So the power ain't that good off the bat. I'm in the actual
okay,
city.
I know. It's fucking dark, huh?
Don't do all that soft shit. You still on air, homie.
I don't give a fuck.
So what you think? So what you thinking, Jason?
Darnell, I don't know. I'm trying to see. This is on battery right here. This is battery power of my camera, so that's why I was like, "Oh shit, did I get power back?" But nope, didn't get power back because the fucking fridge is still off. Everything's off. Fucking whole thing. The power went out yesterday, Smitty, out here for like a couple hours. For a couple hours, yeah, the whole area. Like fucking
man. I don't know, man. Like I said, this is crazy.
Third world ass fucking Hamas ass fucking shit, man. Fucking fire, setting up fucking bitch ass fucking Newsom, man.
Somebody in the chat said, "Come over to Indiana, homie."
Can't wait for Smitty to own a house so he can start cussing out Newsom too, homie. You're gonna see, homie.
Well,
that's
no
why
power.
Ain't no,
homie.
It ain't none of my
no ties to nothing.
Ain't none of my yeah, it ain't no breaker, so it's the whole area.
Why don't you pull one of the homies' house and just finish the show there?
Ain't no By the time I get there, the show be over. Shit, you act like I live out close for you. Shit.
Nah, you live by
I don't live by nobody.
What's the dark skinned homie with the camera? I'm having a brain fart with the dreads.
Roy?
Yeah, go to Roy crib.
Roy ain't fucking Roy's 30 minutes from me.
Roy's wide awake. He's ready.
He wants
he's ready to shoot. You know Roy ready. Shout out to Roy.
What's his name?
Roy.
Motherfucker put an R on everything. He said Rory. It's Roy, homie. R-O-Y.
I'm just saying Roy.
Man, I can't believe we can't fuck.
It's always something with you, Jason. It's always something. Either your yacht's in the shop, your power goes out, you're traveling to Arizona with the homies.
You want to know how the lounge is, homie? Here's a scary movie. I'm going to bring it up. Here's the lounge, homie. This is the cigar lounge, homie. It's fucking pitch black. It's like, it's not even enough. I can't even walk because I'll hit something. Like, it's so dark in this motherfucker.
Screenshot that, baby. Motherfucker look like, you like the motherfucker off off Power Rangers. What's the dude off Power Rangers?
It's a scary movie. Like, see if
this motherfucker like to do off Power Rangers, homie.
And the motherfucker just pop in. Motherfucker just pop in. Hold on, I got a text message. It says,
you like Zordon, homie. Put JB face next to this, baby. You look like Zordon right now. I'm about to play.
Can you fucking believe this message I got, homie? This is our fucking people. This is our governor. We are shutting off your power due to wind-driven wildfire risk. High winds are forecast through Wednesday evening. When weather improves, we'll turn on your power. What the fuck? So you're gonna shut off
JB, time out. You called this out 5 minutes ago. You said when certain shit happens, you said they're supposed to shut it off. Now they shut it off. Now you're pissed. Make a choice, homie. Make a choice.
Hold on. You know, it's too late, homie. The fucking damage is done. Don't turn the power off now, motherfuckers.
Like, just getting started, homie.
You're supposed to do that shit yesterday, homie. Not today after the fucking event. By the way, I'm not by the fucking fire. So, you know, fuck. Like, it's unbelievable, man. I'm so fucking.
But maybe you are by the fire. Maybe you closer than what you think, homie.
Homie, I'm not even close to the fire.
Maybe they know something.
Power is out. Noel's asking me. Right now, I mean, Noel can call in with you, I guess, and Gio can call in with you and Fred, because I'm just black, homie. It's fucking dark here. I can't do nothing. Like, there's no way
I can hear your voice, though. That's fine. We can still hear your voice. Let me ask you your thoughts, man. I started talking about Antonio Pierce getting fired, man. I just want to hear the voice of JB, man. Can you tell us this? Like, what's your thoughts though on Antonio Pierce getting fired? I know that's your man. I think you grew up with him. You actually know him. What are your thoughts behind this? Did they make the right move?
I mean, everyone saw it coming, right? Unfortunate. Fucking, they didn't give him anything. I had a whole fucking. I was gonna go in on this whole thing. This is the way that people are building franchises now, and it's unfortunate. They fired Gruden. They fired McDaniels. Now they fired Antonio Pierce in a matter of 3 years. How do you become conducive as an organization if you're firing a coach every year or two? Like, this is the new thing. Listen, man, I had a whole eloquent speech about this. It is what it is. At the end of the day, though, you cannot expect this guy or anybody to go in there with no number one receiver, losing your number one back, no O-line, no fucking quarterback, and you're expecting them to win. Like, Max Crosby gets hurt. You have no other help on the other side of him. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck was supposed to win in that scenario. Who? And what school? What program? What organization is supposed to win with that setup? At least New England had a quarterback. Like, I'm just saying. Now, what do you do going forward? I told you a month ago on this show, Smitty. Who did I?
You said group. Who did you say?
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel. Okay,
So,
Vrabel. Yep.
I said one of my sources told me I was going to get Mike Vrabel is going to be the head coach. And it looks like it'll happen. And I think it's going to happen 911. I think it's going to happen immediately. And I think it's going to happen right away. He'll be the head coach as I said he would. It looks like my source was right. And listen, in a town of glamour, gold, and of course gambling, star-riddled city, Vegas, where what you do in Vegas stays in Vegas. You need a blue-collar motherfucker like Mike Vrabel to balance that out. That's my personal opinion. Mike Vrabel's the perfect blue-collar fit in a town that is starstruck, that is bougie, that is all about fucking how many stars are at the Bellagio that night, who you saw when you took your girl to fucking play blackjack. I saw Brad Pitt. I saw fucking Tom Brady. Fuck all that. Mike Vrabel needs to balance it out and bring in a blue-collar approach and get nasty again in Las Vegas. Because after all, Las Vegas Raiders are still the fucking Raiders who used to be in the dirt Coliseum of Oakland and the dirt Coliseum of LA, played on baseball fields, the craziest fan base in the world, cats that are passionate about football. That is still the Raiders. Vegas has created a fucking corporate media Raiders organization, not a nasty, dirty Raider nation that used to be. And that's the fucking problem that we have in Las Vegas now. It was the worst decision ever to go to Vegas, take the Raiders to Vegas. I think Mike Vrabel's the only shot that you have to being grounded again and getting back to a blue-collar environment with your best player. Your only superstar right now is also a blue-collar worker, Max Crosby. So
I like that. I'm not mad about that, man. I guess my only pushback or question to follow up is with the Patriots job now being open. You don't see Mike Vrabel being more of a favorite for the New England Patriots, knowing he's won a championship there, he's played there, knows the owner, understands the culture. I feel like he would be more of a fit there going back home than going out to Las Vegas.
Nah, I don't believe so. I think he wants his own thing. Listen, what do they call it? A double-edged sword?
Yeah.
Here's the issue. What you know also is what keeps you from doing certain things, right? Like, let's be honest. He knows Robert Kraft, and he knows why Belichick left. He knows why they fired their last coach. He knows Robert Kraft to a T, right? Why would he be in that scenario if, if he knows what's going on there in Vegas and in New England, maybe he's like, I want to do my own thing like I did in Nashville. He went to Tennessee and they beat Belichick in New England. Remember that? They barely shook hands after the game and in the first round of the playoffs. I think he wants to go to Vegas and do his own thing. Personally, I think he wants to do his own thing, and I'm not mad at it. I think he knows Robert Kraft is a Thai massage away from fucking ruining that franchise some more. So that's just where I'm at with it. I think he's going to Vegas, man. Like I said, I wouldn't be mad at it. I think Vegas fits him great because he doesn't give a fuck about Las Vegas and what it brings, Smitty. He doesn't care about the shit that Vegas offers, in my opinion. He's about business. I think he wants to get it going. So that's my thing. Smitty, here's what I was gonna say. He's out after one season. You hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. Listen, we anticipated this, but in no way, this is no way to build an organization long term. Here's the issue. Like I said, they got to go get a receiver. I would say maybe since there is no quarterback in this draft, you go get a roster and build a team as Vrabel knows how to do. Around Max Crosby on defense, you make that defense legit like the Chargers and Harbaugh have done in 1 year. You can do it in the Raiders as well next year. Vrabel gets that defense right, goes and gets a 1 wideout and a 1 running back to go along with possibly the best tight end in football right now with Brock Bowers. And then you let Aiden O'Connell just be Aiden O'Connell because you don't got to pay him. See if he gets better around an actual environment that's conducive for winning with a good fucking system around him, not having to go through 2 offensive coordinators in 1 season. Put him around some fucking actual movable pieces that will align together and just leave him because he has a big arm. He has everything you need. You just need to put some fucking structure around him and give him a legitimate OC with a fucking couple pieces and then just build around him for 2 years. You're not trying to win the Super Bowl next year, Smitty. Let Vrabel come in there and build a program. Stay on the cheap with O'Connell and then find if you can trade for a big-time quarterback down the road or draft a guy that's coming down the pipe in the draft in a year or 2. I would say do that. That's me, but what do I know? But Smitty, if you like, I got a quote of the day for you and a contrary to belief before we get into the poll question.
Brought to you by Bet US. Go ahead and spend up to $2,000 at Bet US and get 150% bonus with protection, with insurance. So go to Bet US right now, man. Place your bets. Yeah, I want to hear a quote of the day. And in contrary to belief, my favorite sentence of the day.
Smitty, you can be buried by the wave or you can ride the wave to the shore.
God, that's a perfect quote right now. What's going on in LA? Ride the wave to the shore. I'm riding the wave, JB.
You can be buried by the wave or ride the wave to the shore, dog. I'm gonna always ride the wave to the shore. Cali creeping out, man. I got fucking Newsom, you fucks. God damn, homie. Got my dog scared now and shit. You're a pit bull, by the way. You don't get fucking scared, fucking idiot. Anyway, contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there. Use the promo code Coach JB. Smitty, I'd rather have no love than fake love. Contrary to belief.
I'm just that's 100% real. See, Dennis Rodman had a documentary and he never got love. So when he got money, he would like basically pay for that artificial, for that fake love. But I'm with you. I'd rather have one person that truly loves me than to have 100 people who give me that fake love. That's
wait up. I think you're misconstruing what's going on. Fake love? What's that?
It ain't love.
I think you said Dennis Rodman paid for fake love. There's no such thing. Dennis Rodman paid for pussy. There's a huge difference. Yeah. That's fake love. You know why my dad told me?
If you watch the documentary, he was talking about friends and stuff like that. He would almost pay for it. He would rent out spots and pay all these luxurious parties just to have friends come out who are really just using him for the experiences.
You actually talking to somebody, you actually talking to somebody around the clubs all the time, right? You know that, right? I used to be around Dennis Rodman all the time. Weirdo fuck. So I'm just gonna be honest. Out everywhere, Smitty. Like me and my boy Dave and every time we go out on the weekend, that motherfucker's out. That motherfucker wore a clear rubber suit went to a club in Newport Beach.
A clear rubber suit at a club, homie?
Clear rubber, like sweatsuit. It was clear rubber. So nuts, ass, everything's out. Anyway, listen. Let me be honest with you real quick, though. Like my daddy used to say, you don't pay for pussy because you like them. You pay for pussy so they leave.
That's a bar.
I don't know. There ain't no love, homie. What the fuck we talking about here? You paid for pussy so they leave. You pay them to leave, Smitty, not to fucking stay there.
But Jason, my bigger question is this.
Darnell.
Do we all pay for it technically? In some way?
I guess. We talked about that. If you want to pay for Taco Bell, I used to go to Taco Bell and fucking,
of
I
8
mean, I'm
men doing
saying
this.
you go to Taco Bell and you order a Nacho Bell Grande, 2 soft shell Supremes, and the motherfucking well, back in the days, probably just a Dr. Pepper, and then you go home and smash. You did pay for it. Now it was a lower tier payment because you had a lower tier chick. You would be in the hood with motherfuckers who ain't got shit in poverty, so you had to really give them but motherfucking double cheeseburger and a 4-piece nugget. The higher level of a woman you with, the more you got to pay.
Louis Park. Yeah, Louis Park was unbelievable. We used to have a sit-down Taco Bell. So the hood rats I fucked with, they thought it was like a major restaurant. It was actually just Taco Bell, but it was a sit-down. You could go in and sit down. The bitch thought that it was like a major restaurant. I was like, bitch, they got steak here, bitch.
Homie.
Steak taco.
They thought it was a Mastro's, homie.
Because it was like a big-ass restaurant. There's a Taco Bell in Long Beach that's really big inside, homie. You could literally look like a restaurant. You sit down in it, motherfucker. I said, they got steak here and shit. They got lobster.
Hey, do whatever you want, baby. She was like, can I get the carne asada tacos?
Yeah. She thought, with shrimp on it. I'm like, hell yeah, that shit's $3.99. Bitch, you thought that shit was like $300?
$3.99. No. She thought it was $3.99, but it's $3.99.
Yeah, that's really $3.99. Poll question, Smitty, brought to you by Prize Picks. Did the Raiders give AP a raw deal, Smitty?
Yeah, they did. I think they did because to your point, I don't care who you brought in this year with that roster, without a quarterback, they're not going to succeed. I brought up Bill Belichick earlier, his last year in New England. You can't expect him to ball out with what he had at quarterback. I don't care how great of a mind you are. If you don't have the Jimmys and Joes, the X's and O's won't matter. He is Raider culture. I think the team was bought in, smoking cigars after wins, all that. Thought he did a good job from an intangible standpoint, from the outside looking in. But at the end of the day, man, if you don't have the players to win, then all that shit goes down the drain. So, the thing about AP that, I bet he might not say it publicly, but in the back of his head, he's probably thinking like, hey, if y'all would have fucking listened to me during the draft and picked up Jaden Daniels, then maybe my team in this situation would have been totally different, because he was pushing it to go get Jaden, because we know about their relationship and how tight they are. And just imagine if Jaden Daniels was on this team with Brock Bowers, with that culture. Who knows? Maybe Raiders is a team that's in the wild card and making some noise, and the Raiders are this year's Commanders, and instead of vice versa. But we see when you don't have a QB, you don't have a guy who throw that ball around, we see what happens. So whoever they bring in next, I don't care if it's Vrabel, I don't care if it's motherfucking Rex Ryan or whoever, they have to get a quarterback, at least a serviceable quarterback. I'm sorry, I know you're not a believer in AOC, Aiden O'Connell, but you give him a little bit more grace than me. I say move on, go get, I don't know, get Kirk Cousins, I guess. Again, I'm not in love with Kirk Cousins, but again, it's about where's your bar. Right now, the Raiders' bar is in hell. So anything above that is a plus. Go get Kirk Cousins, because he's obviously out in Atlanta. He at least makes you like decent. Draft a big time wide receiver, like you said, to your point. Put him alongside Bowers, and then beef up that defense. And I think you might have a little something, at least to the point where you're a serious team, where people can like go until you play against you and be like, okay, we got to buckle up, because the Raiders are going to bring their best. Because right now, people going into Vegas, man, and they not taking them serious at all. They going out, the casino all night, JB. They fucking gambling. Coaches turning it up. They're not looking at the Raiders as a threat at all. It's a joke right now in Vegas.
Speaking of hood rats, though, check your text message, because I still fuck with them from time to time. Anyway, I got a lot going on. What are you mumbling about them?
Yeah, mommy, man. Oh, I gotta like this, man.
What?
No, I'm just kind of. I'm looking at the message. I'm looking at the message you sent me. I'm trying to understand what you said. And my man, I'm gonna just respond here. How she young man right now when it's pitch black in the hand. When it's man black in the crib. I just responded. If y'all want to know what's going on with these type of conversations, you gotta become a member. And right now, JB and I are going to start our own separate little Discord channel where we share every fucking thing. So you got to become a member first. Bailey, I'm saying, Bailey. Let me see. The way I read the message, Bailey, is
I don't know. I think Bailey. Bailey, can you please let him know? I think phones have lights on them. It's really not that hard. Real no reason.
Right now.
Not really no real big reason why to lie. Not that hard.
Oh, I read it differently. You a bad boy, JB.
Yeah, it's really not that hard.
You a bad boy, homie.
By the way, Bailey, put me back on screen. It's actually lighter now, too. Another reason, Smitty, you can see this is probably the light you just saw, because now it's light now, a little bit. Lights out a little bit. Got lighter.
Just walk in there then, homie. Fuck it. This JB show. I don't care no more, bro. It don't fucking matter. Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it.
Anyway. Well, fuck it then. Let's talk about all the other shit then.
That's how brothers be, JB. Like fuck it. Like,
huh?
I said, that's how brothers be. Man, fuck it. Just go do it. Like, if it ain't got nothing to do with me.
No, that's not what I said, though. I said, let's talk about all the other shit then. Fuck it. If you all in.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, what's the next topic?
The next topic is commercial break. And we're going to go to a quick commercial break, man. 3-4 minutes. You get your power right. I'm going to go move my car. When we come back, we got more to Coach JB Show, Big Smitty, homie. Peace.
What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, and it is First Round Performance.
Yeah.
Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the quality here. Workout gear, exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts Against Syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
JB, they got workout bands. They got ankle weights.
What's this?
What's in that box?
Kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
A 40-yard dash electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe, the whole deal. Firstroundperformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me, JB.
I might race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is real deal. You guys got to go check it out. Firstroundperformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
Nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
this is mine, right?
Hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit firstroundperformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their Amazon store.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, First Round Performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go First Round.
Go First Round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First Round, the highest quality.
First Round Performance, go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Here, this is the infamous one of the palm trees at Ash 8. Can't fucking believe you. See this fucking belt? You see this? Who just eats a whole fucking palm tree, man? You guys are fucking shitting. Just fucking unearthed the motherfucker. Ate the whole fucking thing. Like, who eats a whole fucking palm tree? Like, you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? Now, let's check now. Who did it? I'm gonna look at the fucking camera. Who fucking did it? Sit down. Sit down. Sit. Sit down. Now, do we understand each other? Excuse me. There is no more fucking up palm trees. I'm tired of spending all this money, and now I've created a whole fucking barricade for you. So I don't want to have to dig this bitch out. I'm fucking dead. I'm old, my back hurts, I'm fucking stiff as a porn dick. Come here, sit down. Sit down. Boy, if you don't sit your ass down, now, you come over here with me. Come on. Here's what I had to do to fucking stop you. And I got a better, beautiful, bigger tree. So now, we are shitting in tall grass. Replanted it, bitch. Soiled it up. Put a little trellis in here. Put a bunch of fucking stones. Look like Stonehenge around this bitch. And now, Ash, are you gonna fucking try to dig this bitch out? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do this again? So I had to. Ash, remember this? Remember you ate this? Did you do this? He ate once. I put this little moat around it. And just a sitting area. Come over here. We got the slapstick basketball court and driving range. So if I ever want to pull out the big dog, that's our net. All we do is just slap down our driving range, you know. Bam, swing away. And that's where we swing into the net. Jimmy crack corn on this hoop. And here's my RV parking, where I park the whips. Let's take you out and show you a few.
What's up? What's up? We back, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Become a member. Join our Discord. JB has nothing to do today, so he's gonna be in Discord all day now. So make sure y'all there. Y'all tap in. Y'all can hear you loud and clear, homie. I just went outside to just kind of peep the scene for a minute. That's why it took a little longer. And it looks like a damn zombie land outside, like Resident Evil. Like it's just dark. It's smoky in the air. It's gloomy. It's tree bark on the ground. Shit all on the street. It looks crazy outside.
It's crazy. My brother's in the Air Force, man, and I just got a text message that makes so much sense. Like, there's no excuse not to be able to put this fire out expeditiously. There's no fucking excuse. The Pacific Ocean's right there. You tap into the fucking ocean. We've done it for years. That you put tugboats out there, water boats out there. You can literally spray the fucking coastline from the water. There's not even anything being done about it. There's no tankers being pushed from the fucking Pacific Ocean into Palisades down to Malibu. Why? Why is there not? Why is nobody talking about it? Like,
we need a fire person on here who can really break it down, JB, though, because like we don't fully know though, is what I'm trying to say. So like we need. I'm gonna see if my homie can hop on or something. He probably at work right now. I would like to see a real deal chief or something jump on here and educate us.
But the thing is though, they can tell me till they're blue in the face all the logistics. The fucking bottom line is there's no reason, like my brother, a fighter pilot in the Air Force, said, no reason why you can't put it out. Don't give me the politics and the bureaucratic part of this. Tell me why that this fire's not out. Why aren't we dumping mass amounts of water on it? Like, I don't want to hear any at this point, dog, we're losing millions and millions.
Somebody said salt water is flammable. Somebody in the chat said. Salt
water is flammable?
So somebody in the chat said.
I'm not a scientist, dog. I'm not a bioengineer. I'm not any of that shit. I almost want to slap the fuck out of whoever that said that. Do you know that salt puts fire out? Have you ever had so just everybody out there, if you guys ever have a grease
fire, you put
have a grease fire, if you ever have a grease fire or anything at home, don't fucking put water on it. Don't wave it. Grab some salt out of your fucking cabinet, pour salt right on the pan. It'll go out. Okay? I'm not a fucking scientist. Don't take my advice. It's not legal. But take salt, throw it on the fire in your pot and pan, and it'll put the fire out. Believe it or not, that's actual fact. I've done it several times. I know motherfucker threw butter on it one day. Fucking whole house burned down.
That's grease. That's more grease, homie.
BPS though. But anyway,
hey Leah, how you doing, Leah? But let's move on, man. To
so Smitty, hold on though. So if salt puts fire out, salt water would make it go bigger. I'm trying to figure out.
That's what the homie saying, that it'll make it be bigger.
Who's the homie?
Who said that? Let me see. Let me scroll up and find it. Take my time. We got time. Let me see.
We got time. I got time today, homie. I had time last night, homie. Oh my God. You know, all the smoke, all the smoke, social media is big, right? They got 1 million followers. It's YouTube's 1 million thing. So, it's kind of turned now, like half and half. But all the fucking little wokies are all against me right now. They're mad at my San Francisco 49er take about fucking Purdy. But anyway, Matt hit me up, was like, God damn.
I gotta watch it. It's out.
Matt, like, you don't give a fuck, huh? I try not to comment at these motherfuckers, but you just killing I said I got time today, homie. I'm up in the comments, Smitty, on the All in Smoke post that they collaborated with me.
Yeah.
On, because I think it's like 300,000 views now. I collaborate on. There's like they're just coming at me like and I'm just bad. I'm just talking shit on Instagram. I'm like, fuck, I got time today.
I gotta see that motherfucker. That's hilarious. You popping, boy. So it was Mr. Terribles who said saltwater is flammable. He's a member. So Taylor, are you froze, homie? Jason, the power that went out again. Motherfucker power. Now a cell phone data power that went out. First, last year, he had a flat tire. Year 4, something happened in Vegas. Last year, if you guys remember, the power did go out. He had to record in the car. Now the power's out again. He always give me hell by being in the hood and being able to, get my Wi-Fi straight, help Smitty get out the hood. We need to get a JB out the hood fund. Because as you can see, my power on. Oh, there you go. What's going on, Jason?
I thought that was the power companies telling me my power was out.
You thought so?
Fucking joke, man. Well, it's 855 number.
My car and the light went out in the garage, but I guess we're good to go. So let's move on though to a little sports. Man, I know we've been talking shit all day. Let's talk a little sports.
Hey, Smitty, real quick.
Cut me off
real quick though. Handicap, homie. You gotta adhere to the handicap today. I'm the fucking one that's in handicap today, homie. I got wind, I got fire, I got no power.
Hey, fuck the rundown. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, I can't see it anyway, so you're gonna have to run it.
Now go ahead, Jason. Go ahead, Jason.
Before the rundown, let me ask you something. If I pay all this top dollar money and these fucking ridiculous property taxes, a boat slip, and taxes on that, and gas prices, and high-ass fucking mortgage, and high-ass fucking grocery, all the luxury to live in this state. Smitty, if they're gonna burn the motherfucker down, I have no power. I'm still paying though, but now I can't even enjoy Malibu, the Pacific Palisades, the things I'm paying for, because it will be absolute forest fire when I go drive the boat down there this week, and I go buy the fires and we see it.
It makes sense.
Wheel spinning. Maybe we fucking take the boat to the fire, homie, and show it live on the show.
Crazy, bro. Hell no, motherfucker. That's
I can drive the boat, right?
That's white people shit, Jason.
I'm saying we'll be on the water, homie. We'll be on the water looking at the fire.
Salt water's flammable, homie. I'm not taking that risk.
You think? Hold on. So you think the fire's gonna jump into the water and burn the fucking Pacific Ocean up? God damn. Anyway, Smitty,
your yacht is probably fucked right now.
For this shit? Why Why wouldn't I fucking get out of here, though? Like, why wouldn't I fucking leave this bitch if I'm doing all this and you're still trying to fuck me? And Oakland's on fire. Fucking LA's a shithole ass fucking third world country. Fucking now we're burning down our nicest areas. Like, why the fuck wouldn't I leave? See, I'm always the guy that I'm gonna fight and stand and fucking fight for my fuck.
Yeah, I get it. But the people don't give a fuck about what you're saying, Jason. That's why they took you off the whole thing, man. So what I'm gonna keep this thing rolling, man. Keep it flowing. Listen, y'all. I want to dive into another topic here, man. I don't know if you guys saw it, but UCLA men's basketball head coach Mick Cronin went off on his players following their loss versus Michigan. Y'all gotta check out this video, man.
We don't play. We're soft. So don't tell me you want to win. Like, just don't tell me you want to win. So don't tell me you want to win. It's crazy, you know, and it's every day. I'm tired of it. It's every day. I have the most energy of anybody at practice every day. I'm upset with everybody in that locker room, my assistant coaches and my players. I mean, I don't need to do anything else. I almost got 500 wins. I'm only 53. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. But yet I come in and I have more passion and energy and pride than everybody in. That's the problem. So what the truth of it is, Ben, it's really hard to coach people that are delusional. The hungry dog gets the bone. We got guys that think they're way better than they are. They're nice kids. They're completely delusional about who they are.
Man, I think part of that was him keeping it real.
Shout out to Nick, man. He's a good dude. I'm gonna give you a shout out to him. I introduced you to him actually at the Pump Brothers one day. I want to be clear real quick. He uses a lot of my shit in his locker room.
Really?
Yeah, he used a lot of my shit in the locker room from actual Last Chance U. He's told me personally. Him and Dana Pump are like this, Smitty. They're like best friends in the world. They got to sit down with him and have little dinner and lunch with him several times. Been up there to his office. He's like a football coach in a basketball frame of mind. He understands it. He gets it. These motherfucking, he don't want to coach these soft pussies. I'm just telling you. He knows what it is. And his coaches are no better. And that's what he's just straight up said. These young coaches now have this illusion that you have to be buddy-buddy with these kids so you don't lose them to the portal. That is the illusion and delusion that these young coaches think they have to be their homies and not their coach. And that's the fucking problem we have in all of coaching. So I'm just telling you, he can't do much more there. He can't do much there because they'll fire him because he'll get too loud, and then the coach will throw him under the bus. An assistant that he hired will backstab his motherfucking ass. So I'm just saying, dog, it's a fucked up thing, Smitty. I'm just telling you, it's fucked up right now.
Nah, it seems like it's tough, man. I know. I feel like he looks familiar. Did we have him on our show back in the days? Maybe last year, once. I don't know. He seems familiar, like I've seen him before. I didn't say it was.
Probably wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't on the show yet, but you met him in Pump Brothers.
Gotcha. That's probably why I saw him. But yeah, I mean, listen, I think he's keeping it real. I think it's also a coaching tactic to try to light a fire underneath his team and his coaching staff. He's hoping that they see this, obviously, and it does something to the coaching staff to make them flip the switch, you know. And I think it's like a test to where it's still early in the season, well, early-ish in the season, and he's trying to see, like, okay, let me see what I really got. Let me see if I do say this, what will it do? What will it trigger? Because if you really got a dog on that team or dogs on that team, hearing this from your head coach is going to elicit a response. It should elicit you to prove coach wrong, prove it to him that you're a dog, prove that you're a better coach. Like this, at least for me, the way I operate, anytime I had a bad practice and coach said something to where you know he was disappointed in you or he calling you out in front of people, that would piss me off, and it would make me like lock into like another step to where I'm going out there and I'm about to ball out now. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's his way of trying to see what he got while also just being honest too. And it's just to understand the landscape is different. He said he has a lot of nice kids on the team. They're good people, but they're delusional as far as how good they think they are. And that probably goes and feeds into JB with your take as far as like the NIL dollars being so big right now and players who are 3 stars thinking they're 5 stars, and they're not looking at the reality of who and what they are. So it's probably a tough dynamic for sure.
I bet you dollars. I bet you dollars and dimes. He has kids in the portal right now. From that message, from that speech right there, there'll be kids in the portal today at UCLA. That's how fucking crazy this is. Like, you can't even tell. Like, used to be, I'm the head coach. Whatever I say goes. I can talk shit about you, motherfucker. End of the day, though, if you know I care for you and I love you at the end of the day, then you'll fucking sit there and you're gonna take it and say, all right, coach, I know you doing this to coach us, right? You're doing this to motivate us in some way. Nowadays, oh, coach is the asshole. Like, there's no tough skin development. Like, we used to have to develop your tough skin. That's what coaches were supposed to do. Number one, we were going to develop the skin so we can go through and face some rigor and some goddamn obstacles in life. We will develop that. You're not letting that be developed by coaches anymore. You're not letting it be developed anymore. So, I don't know. Am I on the screen? Cause I can barely see my motherfucking self.
Yeah, you're just small. Yeah, there you go. He just made you small because the borders of your stuff don't. Yeah, if you turn sideways, then there you go.
What about now?
Probably a little better. It's a little better now. Yeah,
bad production. I mean, you got to tell me.
Homie, you know that every time a guest comes on, you tell them to turn their phone sideways, homie. So you should know that.
I forgot I was on the phone. I forgot I was on the phone.
Well, how you forget when the phone's in your hand, homie? Though, let me ask you this: if you were coaching today, do you think you would struggle with maintaining players on your roster?
I don't know, but I wouldn't struggle. Did I flip?
Yeah, like flip to the side, homie. What you over there doing? What you got going on, homie? Don't show too much of the house. We might see somebody running in the back. You know what I'm saying? But or something. Like, you gotta be careful.
So hold on. So let me be clear here. There is nothing. Yeah, I can't charge my phone if it died, by the way.
Well, if your phone died, the show gonna die. We done. So
why does it keep flipping, homie? Why does it keep
you about to piss me off?
Fucking Biden, you fucking bitch.
You about to piss me off,
Make me small again, homie. Fuck.
Damn, man.
Fucking Biden, homie.
Fuck. I'm trying to cuss this year, but you pissing me off. Now say what you gonna say.
What is the? I don't know what I was saying. What were you asking me?
I was asking you if you were coaching today. Would you struggle retaining players right now? Don't cut me off.
I got it. I'm smarter than you. So listen, I don't know if I would, and I wouldn't care. Here's the reason. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm not going to suck their dicks and kiss their asses so they stay, though. That's the issue.
Big pause.
I think the lack thereof, or the what we lack in coaching right now is the ability to recruit a kid from the jump and get that kid to buy in 1,000% or who you are and what you say to them in a month, in a year, in a week, in 2 years. They're going to stay with you from the time you recruited them. Now, add the NIL part of this to it, and that is where you are now going to face these obstacles. And that's what Belichick now, old school guy, will face, and all these other people. Are you going to be able to keep up with the bag of the kid jumping? That's just the part that I wouldn't care about. If you want to go chase a bag, then go. Dillingham, Kenny at Arizona State, Kenny Dillingham is absolutely doing it in a manner that people are buying into what he's doing. He's not breaking the bank, and they want to be there. He has a team of a bunch of fucking ride or dies that want to play for Kenny Dillingham and want to be there and are in a situation where they can actually say, all right, I want to be here to go to the NFL, or I want to be here to do X, Y, and Z, but I'm not bag hopping and chasing or school hopping and bag chasing. That is hard to find. As you said yesterday, if there's money thrown at you, you're going to take it, JB, blah, blah, blah. That's just the nature of the business. That's the world we're living. But can you find that fine line, find that little detail, and getting them to buy into what you're selling? That's all I would do, because that's all I know. Hopefully they buy what I sell, like they always have. And keeping them, though, to your question, would I struggle? Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't care, though, because I'm not going to beg you in the office to stay. Because once coaches start to beg you to stay, you've lost them.
You don't. That's what people don't understand. I'm not begging you, homie, because now you hold the cards. Now you say, "Oh well, coach, I can't come to practice tomorrow." See what I'm saying? They think they control the fucking cards now. Nah, dog, it's time to go. Peace, homie. Get the fuck out. If you don't want to be here, then get the fuck out. And there's rumors out there that if Mike Tomlin loses today or this week, he's going to be fired. And the Chicago Bears should absolutely trade for him. And the Chicago Bears now, if you haven't heard, are in the discussions of trading for a head coach. They need to go get Mike Tomlin. If I'm Mike Tomlin, though, I want to be where I'm celebrated, not where I'm fucking, borrowed. I don't want to be borrowed. I'm not going to be on borrowed time. I want you to want me. I want you to want me. I told the Independents when they were trying to keep me around for a negotiation of this whole thing, I said, nah, I'm the only JUCO coach under a contract. You're going to pay me out. Severance, motherfuckers. If you don't want me, I do not want to be here. I'm not kissing your ass to stay. For what I've done for your fucking place, what I've done for this place, and the money I brought in, and the championship we won, and the fucking first bowl, all the shit we've done, fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Mike Tomlin should absolutely say that to the Pittsburgh Steelers if that's truly the rumor, that he has to win this first round game against the Ravens to keep his job. I would tell him to eat a fucking dick. By the way, he's won a Super Bowl, though.
Yes, he has.
He's actually won one. Yeah, you could talk about playoff wins in 8 years and all blah, blah, blah. You lose a franchise quarterback, ask Bill Belichick, it's kind of hard to win in this league. So, and it's hard to replace them. They don't fall off trees. I would tell the Steelers to get fucked if I'm Mike Tomlin, and I would absolutely go to the Chicago Bears or wherever, because Tomlin will be sought after.
Oh, hell yeah. He's going to be number one draft pick, number one, biggest name on the market.
I'm just saying, if they don't want him and they think it's time to go and they want to compare him to Andy Reid, let's be clear here. I think Andy Reid's the top 2 or 3 coach of all time. That's my personal gut opinion. He did not win a Super Bowl in Philly. And that didn't work. And he had to go to a new landscape to win one.
He got fired
actually has won one. Tomlin's actually won one here. So, just to be clear, the Steelers have 3 coaches in 69 years.
I was going to say that, yep.
There's no other franchise like it. So, the Rooney franchise is actually ran in a way that people probably aspire to be like in the NFL. Teams would love it. The Raiders have had fucking 12 coaches in the last 20 years. So, just let that sink in. I don't know if I'm correct or accurate, but I think I saw that number somewhere. But it is what it is. It's fucked up, Smitty.
Man. So, yeah, it's tough. I'm a big Mike Tomlin guy. He's a leader of men. It's the intangibles that he has, the culture that he brings. Everybody has nothing but respect for him. I do think he needs to figure out, a way to get his offenses just better, in terms of just how they operate. Again, a large part of it is, like you said, losing your franchise quarterback. It's just hard to replace that. But we know he's a defensive mind. His defense has always been great. But it just seems like he hasn't been able to find that right thing to get the offenses rolling. And I don't know if that's the OC, if that's the quarterback, combination of both. But I think he needs to get that. But if he loses this game against the Ravens, which honestly they're expected to lose, I don't think he should lose his job because of that. I think that doesn't make no sense. But I do know Steelers fans are they're losing patience because of the lack of playoff success in the last X amount of years. They're starting to lose patience. So it's the tough one, man.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest, though. All these fucks in the chat and everybody out there that talks shit about a coach that's never coached, I get cringe vibes. I'm embarrassed for you because you shouldn't talk. Just stay out of it. I'm not talking about your bagging grocery job. You need to stop talking about coaching because everybody who says to replace Mike Tomlin, he hasn't won a playoff in 8 years and he's only won 4 playoff games in 14 years and he didn't build a Super Bowl team and all this old shit. You guys say that. You fanboys say that every fucking year in your so-called delusional fan base who you all think they listen to as an owner and GM. You really think they listen to you on your Twitter page, homie? It's fucking delusional and embarrassing. Like, you should be fucking embarrassed so bad that you jump out here into this fire. That's how bad you should feel and how stupid you look.
Because I'm going to be honest. All of you fanboys who always ask for a guy to be replaced within your little fucking fandom fan base. Bill's Mafia needs to fire McDermott. Da-da-da-da-da. Every year it's something new with your fucking delusional fan bases. Cleveland needs to get rid of fucking... Well, you've gotten rid of every coach. You still haven't won, motherfucker. Have you figured out that it's not an easy replacement? And you're not going to just find the next great thing just walking down the fucking street? Tell me who you're going to replace Tomlin with, you fucking moron. I want to know. Please tell me. Who are you going to replace him with? Oh, JB, let's go get Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's 72 years old. I'm just telling you, stop asking for it. Because a lot of you fucks continue to ask for it. Be careful what you ask for, homie. Because the Pittsburgh Steelers could go like this real quick, too. When you go get rid of another coach. I'm just telling you, you all want the fucking new thing on the block. And I understand undefeated things. Pussy and new pussy's undefeated. It's the same thing in coaching. Oh, we've tried it. We've had it. Let's get a new one. I get it.
JB, you're cutting out right now, homie. You're cutting out. But I hear what you're saying, though. Yeah, listen, the grass will not always be, it's not always green on the other side. And with Mike Tomlin, you have some stability, and you at least know that you got leadership, and you're at bare minimum, you're going to be a respectable, hard-nosed, good team. So I do want to move on to one more topic before we bring in our first guest here. But Bill Belichick, man, you know, he's been out on the recruiting stroll, man, and it's been reported that he's visited multiple high schools since being hired at North Carolina. On the flip side, Coach Primetime, Deion Sanders, who we know doesn't really do a lot of that traveling right now and home visits, hasn't visited a high school, and I don't think since he's been in Colorado, if I'm not mistaken. Two different strategies, two different approaches. The question that the people want to know, JB, is which strategy will work in the long run? Is it Bill Belichick's strategy, kind of being a little bit more old school, visiting in the high school, doing in-person visits, or is it Deion Sanders who kind of just recruits via social media and phone calls?
You hear me?
Hear you now.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I lost you. I guess I got a message. I got a message in and I fucking lost you. Let me
Did you hear the question though, or no? You don't need to repeat it. Bill Belichick's been on the road visiting high schools. Deion Sanders hasn't visited a high school in 5+ seasons. Which method will work long term? Is it more the Belichick way, being more the old school recruiting method, or is it the Deion Sanders way, who is more modern, where he uses social media and on the phones, etc.? Which way will work long term?
I don't know. I think it's going in here. I think you hear me. I think Belichick's going in here with a mindset to develop, and Deion's going in there with the mindset of a mercenary business that I got to go get the best players the quickest and fastest because we don't have time to develop. That's why he loses coaches to other schools. Deion doesn't seem to care. I think Deion's taking the approach of, hey, if somebody can go jump and get a better job or better opportunity, then do it. That's Deion's approach, I think. Bill's going to take a developmental approach, in my opinion, especially hiring Lombo, who we have on our show quite often, other guys like that. I think it's two different philosophies. Bill will find out you can coach as good as you want, and you can be the greatest coach of all time and still lose on the field if you got to face better players. And so Bill's going to have to adapt a little bit. He knows adapt or die better than anything, I think, or he doesn't. We'll see. But again, I think he's going to start from ground zero and go take this approach as North Carolina is going to be a developmental, organic school in the fact that we recruit high school, we recruit local. North Carolina has a lot of talent. South Carolina has unbelievable talent. He can get some great talent right there in the two great states of Carolina and still dabble into the Georgia, Florida market and still get up north into Virginia and D.C. and just stay on the Eastern Seaboard. In high school, I'm talking. Now, if this whole JUCO prep thing happens and all this other old shit happens, it'll throw a whole monkey wrench into everybody's party because now you got to find out what's approach is everyone going to take. Are you even going to get the kid that you thought? Because is he going to sit out and go JUCO now for 2 years untimed and then you're only going to get them for 1 year. It could change the whole landscape. And that's going to be determined here in the next fiscal year, in my opinion, as long as we're still here and the aliens haven't scooped us up.
Nah, copy that, man. I guess my take is, and you guys are not going to like this, and the next person who we're about to bring in here soon is going to joke about it, but I actually think both methods work. I think Coach Belichick.
Good.
I think Coach Belichick doing more of the old school method of going to the actual houses and going to the high school. I think that definitely works because you're kind of building that personal and personable type of approach where you're meeting teachers and shaking hands and meeting family members and getting a chance to actually like talk face to face with the players. I think me as a guy who got recruited, it's just a good feeling as a young player having a coach, especially of your stature, being Bill Belichick, arguably the GOAT, taking the time to come to your high school to speak to you. That's like a big deal if you're a player. Like, damn, I'm a junior in high school and Bill Belichick's at my house right now, or at my school, rather, trying to get me to come here. He could have been the million other places that he came here for me as a young recruit. That would pull some weight. Deion on the flip side, taking more of the modern approach, and we know his health issues as well. Probably plays a little bit of a role in why he doesn't want to travel as much. But hey, getting a phone call from Coach Prime too. Again, I'm thinking 17-year-old Darnell, 18-year-old Darnell. Coach Prime calls me on the phone. Hey, Darnell, this is Coach Prime right here. I want you to be a buff. Ooh, that's gonna hold some weight too. Now, would I rather, in a perfect world, get to see Deion face to face? Of course, of course, you would prefer that. But but me getting a phone call from Coach Prime, at the end of the day, that's gonna still end up being the same. It's gonna hold a similar weight as if he came and just pulled up on me, because it's still, I'm talking to Deion. Now he has a way with his words to where he can sell water to a well. We all know how Coach Prime gets down. So like for me, I think both methods work, and it's just different approaches. Maybe Belichick is thinking more of like a NFL strategy, or not even NFL strategy. He's thinking more of a build a team, build the player strategy, where maybe, I don't know, maybe Deion's thinking more of like, we got to win right now, and I don't have time to waste my time traveling and flying when all I got to do is send you a DM or call you and get the same result. So two different strategies, but both effective. And man, what I actually think too, Bailey, a person who I think will be great on this exact topic before we even switch gears, is my main man in the background, man. My brother, my OG, always giving me hell, but it's all love. The one and only Coach Fred's in the building. Bring him up, Bailey. What's going on, Coach? How you doing?
Hey, man, I ain't always giving you hell, man. What's happening?
I'm chilling, man. It's crazy out here in LA. I don't know. I'm sure you saw maybe the news. It's fires and stuff like everywhere, and it's smoke. The wind is insane, and JB's power actually went out this morning, so he's been struggling, trying to be on his phone a little bit. So he'll probably kind of hop in and out throughout this segment, just trying to get his stuff together. But I think his
neighborhood. I was checking you earlier.
Yeah, his neighborhood. I think they shut his power off on purpose just to kind of for safety precautions. And, yeah, so we'll see, man. How you doing?
He was just saying, I'm good, man. I was checking y'all earlier when you first came on, and it was kind of like right as he was just saying that I don't know why they don't cut the power off when you got these in blue.
And now he's mad now. Now he said it's too late now. It's too late now. You asked for it, homie. There you got it. So, yeah, JB, can you hear it?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. You hear me?
I think, Coach Fred, just so you know, it's a slight delay when JB talks. So, like, if we say something and give him 2 seconds, you know what I'm saying, and vice versa. If he talks, give him 2 seconds before you respond, because I'm learning that's a little bit of a delay. But I want to start with you, Coach Fred. We're talking about this two different strategies of how to recruit. We're seeing Bill Belichick. He's going to high schools physically, pulling up on a lot of these kids where Deion hasn't visited a high school, and they say 5+ seasons. Is there a method that you think works better than the other? I think they both work in today's landscape, but I want to hear from a coach who's doing it now, which one you think will work better long term.
The high school deal is going to be tricky just because of the rule change, and if this thing stays to where you can go JUCO and not lose any eligibility, I don't know how much weight that's going to hold for a 4-year coach like myself to go to and be able to actually recruit like we used to be able to recruit. I don't know how that goes now with that. And then the same thing, the other method is ain't but one person that could probably pull that off, and that's the person that's pulling that off. Coach Prime. I can get on the phone all day, but at some point in time, I'm gonna have to go put these 10.5s in somebody's mama's living room, some barbershop, something. I'm gonna have to go do that. Now he ain't got to do that. He can wait till we can get him there because he's probably not sifting through. We already know we want Smitty. So Smitty, look, we want you. Hey, set the visit. Either you coming or you ain't. Okay, Smitty ain't coming. Now we own the JB. So they're not playing that kind of let's go recruit 10 to get 1. Nah, we got our 1. You're not coming? Okay, who's the next one? Okay, cool. And they're not doing it all at the same time. It's bang, 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 then somebody's in the boat. And I was listening to you earlier. The thing with these two guys, everybody knows Deion. I don't know if these kids really understand who Coach Belichick is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It sounds crazy to me because, like, we know who he is, but trying to understand a 17-year-old, the Patriots dynasty, they were what, babies? That doesn't mean anything to that doesn't mean anything to them. So, yeah, that's a good point. But also, they don't probably know the history for real of Deion. They know Deion now because he's just popular in the brand and he's on social media and that's his benefit. I wonder if the 15-year-old today really understands like Deion with the Falcons and the Cowboys and the Niners. Like, do they really understand that? I don't know. Like, I think it could kind of go both ways a little bit.
I think, and stay with me on this one, Smitty.
Yeah.
I think the ones that don't know, their parents know.
Okay. Yeah. That makes
and
sense.
when he was in our league, that's really how he got kids. Like, he didn't go anywhere. Like he said, I mean, that's true. He didn't go anywhere. Parents literally brought their kids on visits, whether it was official, unofficial, to get in the room with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he is and was that electrifying. So everybody wants to be able to have that photo. Everybody wants to be able to have that moment, that video. So we'll take a visit to him. I don't think Coach Belichick has that kind of charisma within your parents, within my parents. Because when we think of Bill Belichick, who do we automatically link him to?
Tom Brady.
Now, if he ain't going to be there, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right. What we doing?
Hey, I got a different caveat. I got a different caveat. I got a different take. Who these kids relate and see Bill Belichick and who they say, to your point, who they actually correlate with?
JB, you kind of going in and out a little bit.
Right now, who do they correlate? Who do you think they're correlating Bill Belichick to right now? You said Tom Brady, right?
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Right.
Nah.
Nick Saban, huh? He gonna probably say Nick Saban when he come back. He had a hell of a take fired up too right there, Coach. I can tell he had it ready, but he had some technical difficulties, y'all, for the audio listeners. Hopefully he can get his stuff right. It was rolling earlier. I'm gonna keep it flowing though, and then if he gets his thought back, we'll bring it back. Bailey, I'm gonna kind of skip down the rundown to the Coach Fred section, just so we can kind of keep everything, you know what I'm saying, like organized properly. So I wanna hop to let me see. JB, can you hear us?
Yeah, I went outside. Maybe it's better. I said, what if I said kids correlate Belichick to Pat McAfee?
Oh. Interesting. I never thought about that.
What if I said to Fred's point, like, they look at Deion and say, all right, that's who the parents are correlating. Okay, Deion's a face. Nah, dog. Belichick's being smart too. Every kid knows Pat McAfee. Bill Belichick's on McAfee show, making sure he's on there every week now in a major role, and kids see that.
I did not know
he's
that.
doing the social media thing that he needs. Hell yeah, he's doing
That's
the
a great
social media
take.
thing that the kids see right now every day. Yeah, so I know I'm smart. So that's just what it is, Smitty. Don't sleep on Belichick. Lombardi's on there too, and he's the guy talking to these kids' parents. Lombo will go after the parents from the GM side. Belichick. He'll let Tom Brady and some other folks call some kids that he wants to get. He'll have a Gronk
call a kid. He'll have some guys like that. So he got the power. Belichick has the star power in his pocket. Don't get it twisted. So it's going to be a very interesting battle. I don't believe Belichick and Dion are going to be fighting each other for kids, in my opinion.
No.
Dion's going to approach the portal, and I believe Belichick's going to approach from a fundamental standpoint of development. And that is why the two sides are going to be completely different, in my opinion.
Well, let me ask you this, JB, and I ask you the same thing, Smitty. With that approach that you're thinking Coach Belichick's going to take, unless MJ's getting involved, I just think at some point it's going to run its course with him as well, because you're going to lose your quarterback every year, especially if he's good. You're going to lose your best old tackle, especially if he's good. You know, I know North Carolina has money outside of MJ, but do they have Texas A&M money? Do they have Texas money?
Here's the thing, though. I don't think the money counts as much as everyone thinks. I think the money's half of it. Of course, money always is the root of all evil. It always talks. But these kids are leaving Texas A&M at an all-time high. They're leaving Texas. They're leaving Oregon. So what? So you're never going to please these kids. So it doesn't matter how much money you have. It's a combination. It's a accumulation of, or a combination of how many things that we're going to talk about. Is it going to be fundamentals? Who you are, star power wise? Can he coach me? Can he get through to me? I think all those things are going to be tied into one total thing, which is keeping the kid on campus, because these kids are leaving regardless. And look at Ohio State. They got a $30 million roster. They lost to fucking Michigan. So, like, Michigan now has that trump card next year in recruiting. Wait, we beat Ohio State 4 years in a row, dog. Like, I'm just saying, those are little things, that nuances that we use in recruiting. Now it's about money, but cats are still leaving these big dollar programs. Jimbo Fisher had the highest fucking salary ever and couldn't do shit. Kids left like every day. So I don't believe that's 1,000% of the deal, but I think it's a part of it.
Well, how many are going to stay after they get that first, that second, and that third JB ass ripping?
That's
because
it's coming. Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point. We shall see. So switching gears here a little bit, man. Like I said, Betty, I'm gonna jump down to the kind of the Coach Fred section. So apologies for kind of hopping all over the place a little bit here, but I want to move to the NFL. We saw, head coach Gerod Mayo had got fired the one season with the Patriots, and there was a story going on. It said after getting blown out by the Arizona Cardinals, apparently Coach Mayo decided to play cards on the team plane ride home instead of watching film. I think there's a quote. I don't think it's a video, but there's a quote here. I can't say that I've seen that before by a staff member here. I want to ask you guys, both coaches, not at the NFL level, but still coaches nevertheless. You take issue with this? Do you see a problem with this? Coach after a loss just seem to be kind of carefree on the plane ride playing cards. Coach, JB, go first, JB.
I don't see it. I think we're nitpicking now that he was fired after 1 year. Now we're going to find every which way why he was fired. I think Gerod Mayo spoke his mind, in my opinion. I think he was a man who I thought was a good leader of men. I just think he was over his head. He didn't have the talent. He had no offensive production. He didn't know who his QB was. They found a diamond in the rough in Drake May. It seems like he may be a blessing in disguise there. And then who do you have? Name me 10 players on the Patriots.
I can't name nobody on the Patriots. They got a good ass corner. Who they corner they got?
I'm just saying, dog. Let's just ask the chat. Unless you're a true Patriot fan, then ain't nobody know who's on that fucking team. So I don't care who. You know what I'm saying? The same with the Raiders and AP. Like, okay, the Raiders are more glamorous organization because they're on the West Coast, so they're in Vegas. They get a little more coverage because of what's going on right now. But Aiden O'Connell, because everybody knows, because they have no quarterback, so Aiden O'Connell was forced to start there. And then who do they have? Devontae Adams left. Josh Jacobs
Bowers, of
left.
course.
Josh Jacobs left. You got Brock Bowers, so that's all they're talking about. But in Vegas, you couldn't name me 11 players probably other than the Max Crosby and Jack and fucking Bowers. Name me 10 guys in New England. So that's the problem. You don't even have
players to compete in the NFL, and these guys are getting one and done because Kraft in New England had to make that move, in my opinion, because you lost Belichick, and now you look like a lame duck owner. And so there, he's like, I got to cut bait, and I got to start over. I can't get too caught up. I can't get too far in the well, in the hole, before I get another guy to win me some games. He had to cut bait after 1 year. In Vegas, I told you guys Vrabel was going to be the guy when Tom Brady got hired as part owner. That just makes too much sense. And now that's why I think he was a lame duck in that situation. You get rid of your number one wideout. You get rid of your number one back. You have no O-line. Max Crosby gets hurt. Fuck's going to win there. Like, this is the NFL, man. It is what it is, unfortunately. But this is a meat market, and it's a result-oriented one.
Yeah, my take on the plane ride. I mean, what are you gonna do? You know,
take me out, Bailey,
you're flying
real quick.
back. You're flying back. So I mean, what are you gonna do? What do you want him to do? You know, at that point. Now, if he was getting drunk and dancing down the aisle, that'd be something different. But I'm not sure what that staff member wanted him to do. Okay, you put that game right back on. I mean, you can't fix it right then in the moment anyway. That game's gone. You'll have plenty of time the next week to get that film up and get it taken care of and get it fixed. So I mean, I don't particularly take a offense to it. If I'm kind of like Coach JB, if you're looking for a reason and you want to draw that as one of the reasons, then so be it. But come on, man, we're on the ride home. You know what I mean? Right. What we doing? So
in reality, I don't think it's a big deal at all. I think it's just optics. It's kind of like, and I don't know how you guys do it with your team, but like I know after a loss, at Ball State, it was quiet as hell on our bus. It just kind of was like players. I mean, you might talk a little bit, but you was kind of whispering. You didn't want coach off in the front.
Same thing.
Yep, okay. So it's kind of just like optics, where if you win, we kind of turn up, we have good times, whatever. So
party bus.
Exactly. So maybe it's from an optic standpoint, maybe it just didn't look the best that he's playing cards, but in reality, I mean, it ain't really changing nothing. You can't change nothing. You lost. It is what it is. Like there's nothing you can do right there in that exact moment. Everybody handles loss differently. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's actually thinking through the game while he's playing cards, like contrary to belief. Like maybe that's his way of like, processing it. I don't know.
Winding down. Yeah, winding down. Like you said, replaying that third down call or whatever. Hindsight, that kind of thing. But, like you said, for me, I put the headphones on. I'm still kind of fuming after the loss. But as we get going farther away from the game, tend to relax. Put it behind, start thinking about what we're going to fix and how we're going to fix it on tomorrow, on Sunday. So the bus is in a loss. Like you said, the bus is quiet. You can talk, you're eating, whatever. Before you know it, everybody's asleep. In a win, it's a party bus for about 30 minutes. And then before you know it, everybody's asleep. So, it's just, I think, like you said, I think it's the optics more so than anything when you're talking about him playing cards after a loss.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with you 100%, man. Moving on from one black coach to another one. AP Coach Antonio Pierce got fired yesterday by the Raiders. Some people online are just saying that, he got to, some people are saying it's race related. Some people are just saying that, he got the bad end of the stick. Just different opinions and stuff online. Just want to get your reaction to AP getting fired. I mean, this was his first full year as the actual head coach. He was the interim the year before for a handful of games, and he just couldn't get the team going. What's your thoughts on this stuff?
Kind of like Coach JB just said. Who did he have? I think it's tough to judge. Coach in this situation because we know how big the quarterback has to be at that level. Well, at any level, and if you don't have a guy, then what? You don't have a running game, then what? Defensively, you lose your best player. Who can play the run and plays the pass, probably the best in the league.
Yeah.
You're playing with a second tier, so to speak. I just think it's tough to judge on 1 year when you don't have a quarterback. When you start the year the way he started it with the Devontae Adams controversy, whatever. I'm hurt, I'm not hurt. I'm hurt, I get traded. I'm good again, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think this is more of a politic deal than a race deal. And when I say politic deal, we got a candidate that's hot that we like. Let's figure out, okay, look, take these couple million, man. We're just gonna cut bait and we'll holler. Coach Pierce he ain't filling out unemployment papers today. So I mean, he's still good.
Yeah, he's still good. Like you said, it's tough to turn the team around in 1 year, especially when you're starting at ground zero. I don't care who would have took this job last year. Like it could have been Andy Reid, Belichick. I don't think they would have been that good. You know what I'm saying? So,
me either. Yeah, I'm with it. You weren't winning. You were subpar up front. I think you took a hit from, if I'm not mistaken, either the right or the left tackle, who was your best guy up front.
Yeah.
What do you want him to do? You know what I mean? Your best receiver outside of Adams leaves, not counting the tight end. He gets hurt as well. Yeah. So, I mean, again, I'm not sure what you wanted him to do.
So what do you think is the solution here? And now people are talking about, Mike Vrabel is a really good option as the next head coach, which I like Vrabel as a head coach, but at the end of the day, you need players. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end, like I don't care what it is. And I guess that goes to my next question, man. Like, it's gonna sound crazy, but stay with me. Like, how important is the head, like the actual head coach of a team, the head guy, in comparison to, like, when you think about all the elements of a team, the position coaches who are the actual, like, day-to-day telling us how to do what we do, your quarterback who's the leader on the team, leader on the offense who keeps the train rolling, the rest of your players, and then you got, of course, the head coach. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it might sound crazy, Jimmy might cuss me out for this, but when I look at all these elements of all the pieces to the puzzle, I'm not so sure if the head guy ain't towards the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to what's most important. Because we just agreed that you could have Belichick over there. With that particular team, they're not going to be good. It don't matter. You could have Andy Reid. So it's like, okay, well, if we agree to that, we're almost also saying that the quarterback is more important in reference to success to a team than the head coach. Are we not saying that kind of loosely?
I think it depends on the organization and where you at. Honestly, I think at the pro level,
shut the fuck up.
That's directed to you, Smitty.
Yeah, right. He's like, Coach France had make that very clear, abundantly clear. My fault. Go ahead.
No, but I think at the pro level, he's a little more important because Andy Reid calls the plays. He's putting the game plan together. Even though they have a gazillion coaches, unlike, say, your head coach at Ball State, who had different things he had to go do. I'll use Coach Bowden as an example. God rest his soul. Coach Bowden was a figurehead for a long time once the football power passed him. But as the head coach, he was the one that went to the fundraising meetings. He was the one that the boosters came out to practice, and he took them around and talked to. Coach Andrews defensively was the guy that handled the defensive side of the ball. Mark Richt was the guy that handled the offensive side of the ball. So when you start talking about the levels, I think the head coach becomes, I don't want to say less important, but goes to more of what you were just talking about, because he's not in the day-to-day, so to speak, unless he's the play caller. And if he's the play caller, then that's something different from the collegiate level on down. Pro level, not so much. Ain't no fundraising, ain't got to go get no money, ain't got to go get no players kind of thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. College, he's got to go fundraise. He's got to shake hands, kiss babies. He's got to go get recruits, all that stuff. So I think it becomes more to what you were talking about in that situation. But I don't care if you went and got Paul Bear Bryant. He wasn't winning last year in Vegas.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree to that, man. Hopefully, I'm sure he'll get a position, a role somewhere else. Talking about AP somewhere else. I don't know if he'll get a linebackers coach role somewhere, and then he'll probably try to work his way back up to where he wanted to be at. You know what I'm saying? So we shall see.
To your point, you mentioned before
And listen, my phone may die out, no service, its power's out, so I can't even charge it. It just entered the red on my charger. And
It's like a whole bunch of excuses to me, homie. I don't really care about excuses. Figure out a solution, homie.
I know. It sounds like you every day on the show. Here's the thing. You don't see what the head coach did at Ball State. That's the problem. So you're giving a player's perspective only. Fred and I give you a coach perspective. The head coach.
I asked.
No, I know. The head coach, though, is the thing that a lot of folks don't understand what they do. Even Fred may not know what his head coach has to do on a day-to-day basis as much as he thinks he knows. He may still not know half. Like, there's just shit that you do that people don't understand or what you do. Like, I'll put out a fire and not let no one know because because that information never needs to be leaked. So, like, there's little things, you know what I mean, that you'll just never know what the head coach has to do. So the head coach is 1,000% the most important part of that whole thing. So that's just how it goes, man. So,
but if we're gonna say that, then they gotta also take the biggest piece of responsibility when the team fails. Then too, then you can't say they're
when don't they? Okay. When don't they?
I'm saying, for example, we're talking about Antonio Pierce. And we're all saying how, man, I don't care if you had Andy Reid there, man, that team was going to be bad. You can't blame that on AP. Well, two things can't be true. In this situation, it can't. He can't he can't be the guy that will get all the praise if they were to win and say he turned the coach around, but then they're horrible and we say, oh, it's not his fault at all. It don't matter we had Andy Reid there. That's not fair. Like
dog, I tell you all the time, the head coach, we're the GOAT of the hero. There's no ifs and buts about it. You're the GOAT, meaning the best, and then I mean meaning the worst. In this case, the GOAT is not the greatest of all time. This means like you are the GOAT, the bottom of the barrel. You're the shit bird. Nobody wants you to be around you, or you're the hero. You're the savior. You fucking resurrected this program. You're only one of two things, dog, and that's a day-to-day job. That's that's basically a week-to-week result-oriented result. Remember, I learned this from Dick Vermeil on the Chiefs when I was on the practice squad. You all get hired. I get fired. Just remember that. There's no fucking greater saying than that. Like, y'all get hired. I used to tell my staff every day, y'all get hired. I'll get fired. And I'm the one hiring you. That's the crazy part. Coach Fred will be there if they were to fire his head coach today. Because now they'll look at the assistants and actually go through the process of who's the interim, who's going to get the job interview, who's going to hold this thing together. So they'll pay the assistants to stay there longer than the guy who paid them and hired them. That's just how crazy this business is. And that's just the role of being a leader of men. You want to be the leader and you want to take the role? A cutthroat business comes with it. So it is what it is. You can't cry over spilled milk either. And you chose the job. So own it. I mean, that's just is what it is.
I respect that. Well, before I move on to our next topic here, JB, somebody in the chat said, how you a homeowner and you don't have a generator? That's what somebody in the chat said.
I don't know. I never got around it. I'm in Cali, not in fucking backwoods Kentucky. We're like that dumb fuck probably. So
I'm giving you the chance to respond.
Yeah, we don't have issues. We don't have like these issues normally.
And then somebody else said you got an AE in the back on a wheel, like a spinning wheel, keeping the power on. So I'm gonna leave that there. But anyway, let's move on, man.
Got no power. Got no power.
Fred won't be on. You won't be on the rest of the week. I don't think so. So we got to get his college predictions. I want to hear his thoughts on these.
Fred, how long you got today, Fred? How long you got today?
I'm here, baby.
All right, he's here, Smitty, because I told Noel and Gio we got no power. We can't show film anyway, so let's do next week with them.
Well, this is perfect. Okay, before we get to the predictions, then let me start here. Then I'm glad I know that. So Kirk Herbstreit, fan and friend of the show, sets the record straight on the ESPN SEC bias. And there's a video here I want to show y'all for the fans. I think we still got that here. Bailey, go ahead and throw it in.
Let me straighten the record on one last thing. The ESPN loves the SEC so much that we could not have paid for a better Final Four with Notre Dame and Ohio State and Penn State and Texas. The only one missing is Michigan. If you could somehow wedge Michigan in, so like this idea that we want Alabama and Texas A&M and Auburn, and are you kidding me? Like if you're asking us who we would want, we'll take Ohio State every year, Notre Dame. Like this is a ratings bonanza. So if you're going to accuse us of anything, you should accuse us of wanting Ohio State, wanting Notre Dame, and these big brands. If you knew anything about ratings, that's who you want.
So, JB, I think I'm gonna go to you first. Kirk Herbstreit, that's our guy. Friana, you talk to him, often, relatively often. What's your thoughts on that? Like, he's basically, the way I'm reading it, he's saying that like the way the playoffs worked out, at least from a TV standpoint, rating standpoint, ESPN standpoint, you couldn't really ask for too much better from a brand notoriety in terms of Texas, Ohio State, Notre Dame, which I agree. I think, I think this Final Four, whatever, worked out in a way that you couldn't ask for much better. I know Penn State's the one team that we're like, all right, they shouldn't have got in there. All right, cool. I'll give you the one team. But even Penn State's still a respectable brand. It ain't like they, some bottom half team. They're still Penn State. So, but what are your thoughts on this video?
Brand-wise, I get it. It's cool. The issue is we're in a watered-down era, and this isn't really good football. It's just unfortunate who gets in, who got in. Is just it is what it is. Brand-wise, yeah, cool. Brand's cool. Like Notre Dame hasn't been relevant since fucking Rocket Ishmael and Tony Rice. So I mean, it is what it is. Like, so good. We get to see a brand in there. Ohio State's a brand every year. It doesn't matter. They just have unfortunately choked in the playoffs the last few years. And then you got Texas, who's been a blue blood, but really hasn't won anything of significance since 2008. And then you have Penn State, who's a blue blood in my opinion, because they're linebacker U, and they're they're just that nitty gritty Nittany Lion group, but they haven't beat anybody of significance all season long, and they've had the easiest path ever. Let me reiterate, ever in a playoff scenario to get to a Final Four situation. So, again, blue blood brands, I agree. I get what he's saying. It's just unfortunate that, the football is not very good by these brands. So that's all I'm saying. It is what it is. These teams wouldn't be in it if we had a regular 4-game playoff. These teams wouldn't even be in the motherfucker.
What would be the 4 teams if we had a regular 14 playoff?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the original because these other teams wouldn't even be in the playoff. Like Boise, SMU, Penn State wouldn't even got in.
Oregon, Texas.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm trying to think real quick on top of the head. Who else was rolling? Ohio State wouldn't be in. They had 2 L's. Bama wouldn't be in. Georgia. So Georgia, Texas, Oregon, and then I don't know who the 4th team would have been. That probably would have been the one that was kind of up in the air. Could have been.
We know the teams that wouldn't have been in. Boise, Indiana, Penn State, SMU would have never even been in. And
Notre Dame might have got the 4th spot, maybe.
Notre Dame. No, I think it would have been Notre Dame.
So yeah, Notre Dame, Georgia, Texas, Oregon. So really,
but if we're talking about how it used to be, and how this thing was set up, like Coach JB was saying,
got in. Yeah.
And neither would Notre Dame. Remember now, Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois. They would have fell so far out of that top 10 that I don't think they could have fought their way back.
Okay, so maybe does SMU sneak in? I'm just trying to think what if. Like this is the 4th team.
No.
Okay, so who's the 4th team then? Everybody lost.
That's what I'm saying. So it would have been one of those deals of where like a Clemson would have snuck in because they won the ACC championship type thing.
Teams, though.
Or Arizona State would have been maybe the team. They won their division. They won
theirs as well. Okay, you know what I mean? So one of those teams would have snuck in the back door for that 4th spot back how it used to be, and then how it used to be. None of those teams would have been there. It would have just been the top 2.
So let me ask y'all this then. Now that we just laid all that down, right? Look, so we know what the 4 teams are now with the new landscape. We just gave y'all what likely would have been the 4 teams with the old school landscape. Do we feel that much stronger about Arizona State, Texas, Oregon, Georgia than what we have now today with Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Texas? I like this better is what I'm trying to tell y'all.
But let's be honest. The 5th seed is a non-call away from not even being there.
True.
If we're talking about it.
Yeah.
The 8th seed
Good.
lost.
They look good though.
They shouldn't even be there.
They look good, coach. Keep it real.
Doesn't matter. That's not what we're talking about. See, you'd have never been able to say they look good because that's just my whole point about this.
That's my argument. That right there. I think my eyes tell me Ohio State at their best is the best team in the country. They slipped up against Michigan. They fucked up. And to me, I understand you messed up. Well, that's on you. You missed out. No. I want the best teams in it. I don't care about
Maybe they had 2 losses. They had 2 losses.
In the NFL, the Ravens 12-5, but I think the Ravens best in the league.
Don't compare.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I'm just giving you comparative analysis. Sometimes the regular season you might not have the best record. That don't mean you the best.
You can't compare college football to the NFL, homie. Don't even fucking compare these NFL playoffs to college football.
Analysis, Jason.
Stop. You can't compare them. You can't compare.
Hope your phone dies soon.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Notre Dame would have been in regardless because back in the day, the regular season mattered, strength of schedule mattered. Notre Dame loses to NIL early or whatever. NIU early, right? They lost week 3?
It's early, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, week 2, week 3, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the old format, they would have had an ample amount of time to work their way back in, and other teams lost. That's when Ohio State would have been put out. That is when Ohio State would have been left out because they lost to a bad Michigan team who lost to an Indiana team that never even got to play Penn State. So that team would have been left out, and you would have got Notre Dame sneaking in there or Arizona State. Those would have been the controversies this year. It would have been Arizona State, Notre Dame. Which one's in it? Well, one's in the league, one's not. Did Arizona State jump them for that? I don't know. But Notre Dame had ample time, and we could say our eye test works. Notre Dame defensively is one of the best in the country. Yep. They're a team with the Love kid at running back who's hurt. I think he's going to play, though, this week. But I'm saying, all right, Notre Dame deserves to get in because of whatever. They beat more teams or whatever. I don't know what it would be. I think it would have came down to Arizona State, Notre Dame this year if it was just a 4. But I'm just telling you, Ohio State wouldn't be in. And that's a you problem. We can talk about, well, if they would have got in, they would have won. Last year we said if Georgia would have got in, I think they could have won the whole thing. Doesn't matter though, Smitty. That's not the thing.
But that's bad. As a fan, I want to see if we. But I'm saying we all know football. If we really thought Georgia is is a real deal top team, why would I not want to see them get a chance? Why would I not want to see Ohio State get a chance?
Because we have to. They put so many barriers and sidebars to getting in. Now, last year Georgia definitely should have been over Alabama. Would you not agree to that?
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Bama beat them, though, right? Bama beat them in the title game, though.
In the title game. But if we're looking, like you said, strength of schedule, the eye test, everybody knew UGA was the better team. Yeah. And then, coach's point this year, if it comes down to Arizona State, Notre Dame, who gets in, it goes back to what Kirk Street said. Notre Dame is going to get in because of their name, their brand, all of that. I don't know, you may not remember, Coach probably remembers, it was a big stink back when it was 1 and 2. That's who went. And somehow Notre Dame jumped from 4 to 2 to go play
Miami.
Miami. Who was that? You know who I'm talking about, Coach.
Yeah.
In the championship game.
They played BYU.
No, it was Alabama.
Yeah, Bama.
Alabama. And it was a rat killing.
No,
it was a rat killing.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and it was a rat killing. But they jumped because of their brand, how they travel, all that kind of stuff. And I still think, to Coach's point, I still think that comes into play because if we're really seeding these people the way that we say we're seeding these people, as much as I hate to say it, Indiana should have had a higher seed. Georgia should have had a lower seed. But we're not going to give Indiana, SMU, the easiest route to get to where we really don't want. Do we really want SMU in the national championship game?
Right.
If we're being honest.
It's just crazy. I don't know, man. This whole thing's crazy.
Well, I was saying to your point, though, the biggest point JB made, I think, a couple of days or last week, whenever we brought this topic up, is I agree, and I agree with this 100%. Is I like the 12-team playoff, but they need to seed it from a standpoint of from the actual best to the worst. Forget if you won your conference. For example, all the conference teams, like Arizona State was a 4th seed in the playoffs, right? I think Arizona State was like a 4th seed. You had
got to buy.
It's like, okay, but in the actual full rankings of the college football landscape, they were not the 4th best team. You see what I'm saying? So so when you do the 12, it's like, all right, these are your 12 teams, but rank them accordingly. Because JB's biggest point is that Penn State had the easiest path to get to this point. Why is Oregon a number 1 seed playing Ohio State right off the bat? That don't make sense. I agree with.
Also, though, what they don't, what the other part of it is Alabama played Michigan in a bowl game. Alabama was 11th.
Right. Yeah.
It's
like that makes no sense. Right.
The whole thing is fucking dumb.
And it was a 12-team playoff.
Right. It's 12-team playoff. I was ranked 11th night in it because they didn't. That's what I'm saying. So I'm with you on that. They need to figure
out. I wonder how many people actually caught that, Coach. I really wonder how many people actually caught that. I was like, wait a minute.
I said it would happen. I'm like, dude, this is stupid as fuck.
Like, if you're gonna do it, just pick the actual best 12 then. Yeah. Like all this weird rules and stuff. Just
because I'm gonna be honest, it's like a charity event. Let's just be real. Like South Carolina beat Clemson. Both of them share the state of South Carolina. Clemson has a common denominator as they entered the playoff. The best 12 apparently is supposed to be in this playoff. Clemson lost to Georgia badly, South Carolina, another SEC team, and Texas. 3 SEC teams. You shouldn't have been in. I'm just keeping it real. You beat SMU in your conference title game, and I believe both of those teams would have been left out. You had a 3-loss Clemson team, couldn't beat an SEC team anyway, and you left an SEC team out with the same amount of losses who beat you head to head. To me, it needs to just go straight down the line. Fuck it. Because if we're going to give conference winners, who we argue in a bad conference last year, a bye, and a non-Power 4 team a bye, like Boise, then fuck it. We need to just say the best 12. The top 12 rated teams are in the playoff. Fuck conference champ. Fuck everything. Because to Smitty's point, and I'm just piggybacking off Smitty, which I don't believe this is a very good take. Smitty doesn't really care for fucking regular season wins, I guess. Smitty don't care about regular season win. He don't care about fucking strength of schedule. He don't give a fuck about nothing. So fuck it. Just rank them 1 through 12 and put everybody in.
You can't be 7-5. I'm just saying, if you 10-2 and my eyes work and I see that Ohio State team got the fucking best recruits top to bottom. Urban Meyer said this might be the most talented Ohio State team we've ever seen before the season. And I'm looking on paper, they look amazing. They slipped up against a rival Michigan team.
You lost twice.
That's a rival. It's Michigan. Everything can happen.
So you lost twice.
I put a lot of test on you right now. I said, is Ohio State one of the top 4 teams in the country? And I put a lot of test. You know damn well they are. Don't let that Michigan slip up throw you off.
Wait up, though. So now, they lost. This motherfucker talk about talent all the time. He talk about talent every day. Like, talent don't mean nothing. So just because you got the most talent doesn't mean you win games. They lost 2 games. They 10-2 too.
They 10-2 with the talent. They not 7-5.
They lost 2 games.
10-2.
The most talented roster ever that I remember never lost.
Well, fuck it. Take Ohio State out there. You're right. Ohio State shouldn't be here. I guess you're right. All I know is Ohio State's gonna win it all, and then what y'all gonna say? Oh, they shouldn't even be. Y'all gonna keep this in there. They shouldn't even be.
You really think they're gonna win it all?
Yeah, no, I know for a fact.
Helps me greatly.
I have not missed I have not been wrong on any game in the playoffs at all. I'm undefeated. JB's been horrible.
No, you're not. So stop lying again.
Factor cap,
stop lying.
Have I got any game wrong?
Yeah,
you're saying you've bet. You saying that you first off, you're saying you've gotten every game right and you bet every game.
I've been complete. I've been right to this point.
No, you haven't. You're lying.
I picked Notre Dame to beat Georgia. That's a
fact.
On our
show. Go back to the beginning. Go back to the first round, homie. You are absolutely horrific in the first round. So stop.
No, I don't think I was.
This motherfucker forget. He forgets, friend. He always go by recency bias shit. He always go back to Notre Dame, Georgia game. Motherfucker, go back to the first round, homie.
I put you up with that. And I got Ohio State, Oregon. You picked Oregon. I picked Ohio State.
Jesus Christ.
Talk about the first round.
1 week of picks. You should have bet it then, Smitty.
Come on now. I put it on Bet US. I didn't tell y'all.
Hey, Fred, you got the whole first round wrong, and the motherfucker talking about he's undefeated in the playoffs.
No, I don't think. I think he's lying about that too. I don't think.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
What I get wrong in the first round?
Go to the first round games and look, and then you
Nah,
tell
you
us as a man.
you pull it up on your phone.
No, you tell us as a man. I can't do nothing right now. You tell us as a man that you were absolutely wrong and that you picked Indiana against Notre Dame. Number one, I don't even want to go there, but I think the team you are now so hyped on picked to lose in the first fucking round. So stop talking.
No, I ain't pick Ohio State to lose. I've been Ohio State doing it the whole time. But I did, Coach Fred, as a man, I did think IU would get the upset. I did.
And you picked Boise over Penn State. Holy shit, man. I'm looking right now. All you have to do is go back and look at the show.
I picked Boise, Coach Fred. I don't think I picked Boise. I picked IU. You picked
Boise and Indiana. And now you're hyped on now the motherfucker hyped on Notre Dame, Fred, when he picked them to lose in the first round.
Because you were like hometown, blah blah blah.
I picked IU 100%. I'm not gonna lie. I did on that one, 100%. I stand on that. The Boise one, that's up in the air. Anyway, I've been on fire lately, Coach Fred.
Smitty, Coach said go back to the beginning of the playoffs. He said, "What do you mean?"
Hey, that's what black people do. Like when we trying to like get our thoughts together. Like,
hey, Fred. Real quick though, I got to be honest. It's going to be perfect for me in this show if Ohio State win it all. Because to me, it's an easy thumbnail. Ohio State shouldn't have been in, wins it all. I mean, it's real simple. It's a fucking watered down goddamn sport now, and it makes my takes perfectly aligned. It's watered down. Football's watered down, homie.
Smitty.
Yeah.
Smitty.
Yeah.
So all the bets you've been placing on Bet US, man, I hear you got a stylist. I hear you went and hired the same stylist as put that up for me, Bailey.
Oh my God. He did it again, Coach JB.
I feel like you got the same stylist as he. That's the word on the street.
He got Bay to do something else, JB.
Hold up,
Bailey can't be trusted, homie.
Hey, you can't be doing my calls.
Trusted, homie.
You can't be doing my calls like this, dog. Bailey, what the fuck's going on?
I'm just saying. I heard you made all that money on that. That was a perfect lead-in on all that money from the playoffs that you went and got the same stylist as Deebo Samuels. So we did some digging, and boom. Now I see why people say you had the same stylist as Deebo Samuels.
That's what you heard, huh? That's what you heard. Okay. All right, Coach Fred. I see the type of time we on in 2025. Okay. I'm glad this moment happened. So moving forward.
No. No, that was a compliment, dog. I'm saying stay hot with your Bet US picks, and then continue. We can't. JB, you got a stylist, coach? I don't have a stylist. I get up and whatever I fucking grab, I grab. But to say you have a stylist, Bet US. I mean, stay hot with the picks, bro.
All right. I like that. I like that, Bailey.
Shoot me some picks, man. Shoot me some picks.
That. JB, what you doing? Ain't nothing over there. Ain't nothing over there, Jason.
I thought I saw a drone.
Yeah. Okay, Bailey. I'm gonna get my man G Wizzy. See, I got my own Bailey now. I'm working on behind the scenes. I got my own like Bailey who will be whipping up some stuff for me behind the scenes now too. So okay, it's good.
Smitty, it's fair game. If you want something behind the scenes, you know I'm one text away. You know it's fair game.
Nah, I love it. That's hilarious stuff. You got me on that one. Hey, players fuck
up. You were balling that episode, man. You were on that episode. You were feeling yourself. You thought you capped Coach JB. You stood up. You put your peak coat on. You put the shades on. I was like, okay, you took this episode.
Look at it come. I'm almost clean a little bit. Like the cut was fresh. The hair was greased up with the glasses, 2 chains. I'm down there. It was clean. It was New Year, I think. It was New Year. So we was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Throw something on, man.
Okay. Bet US. Yeah.
Bet US, man. Shout out to Bet US. They're making us money. Let's switch gears out here, man. We talked a little bit about when JB left off about the Patriots and Gerod Mayo and playing cards, whatever. To that point, the Patriots have now completed interviews with both Byron Leftwich and Pep Hamilton for their head coaching positions. I want to ask you guys, like, do you think either of these guys have a real shot at getting the Patriots head coaching job?
No, stop.
If Vrabel says he's in, He's in. Vrabel's the ones that got to make a decision. Once Vrabel makes his decision, then everything else I feel will fall into place. I almost forgot about old Leftwich, but that's how I feel, Coach. You tell me if I'm wrong.
Pep
How you
I
laughing?
like Pep. I know Pep personally. Pep's a good ass dude, great good dude, good offensive coach. This is the Rooney Rule, full in effect. This is a slap in the face of Pep Hamilton and Byron Leftwich, who have zero absolute negative. They have a negative shot at getting the job. They're in the negative, actually, and they took this because their agent said to, and it's a Rooney Rule situation, which, again, is just a slap in the fucking face, man. I'm so tired of seeing this shit. Like, stop. Byron Leftwich didn't even fucking coach in a significant manner. He was off the field analyst, wasn't he, last year?
Last year, yeah. After he left the Bucks or whatever, yeah.
All of a sudden, he's a head coach candidate over fucking Belichick and Pete Carroll and fucking Vrabel. And come on, man, stop. Listen, this is looking like a mockery organization right now. Robert Kraft's running over there. Like, seriously, it looks like a joke. Like, we're just throwing shit at the wall right now to go through the process. He either knows who he's hiring, A, or he is just saying, we're doing all the boxes for the NFL and the LGBTQ and the fucking all these things that these paying people do.
Together, Coach Fred.
NFL corporations. Well, you know what I mean. This is a corporate sponsorship ran organization now, dog. The corporate sponsor and the corporate media is who runs the NFL. It's not the fan base that pay. It's the corporate sponsorships that pay. And now you got to adhere to a lot of this outside noise. And so now Rooney Rule kicks in. Black Monday was Monday. Coaches getting fired. AP gets fired the next day. Now you got all this different things going on. Now Vrabel going to go to Vegas. Who's going to take the New England job? If Vrabel takes the New England job, then you already know this was all fluff again. But what do I know? Tomorrow will be like, damn, JB, you were right. Why? How did these two interview today? And watch, mark my words, they'll name a head coach tomorrow. Just so we're clear, Fred knows what I'm talking about. You don't interview for jobs. And then an hour later, like Marvin Lewis did in Dallas, you name Mike McCarthy the head coach. Okay, it just doesn't fucking work. The dumbest people in the world think if that's how you think this operates, then you're just don't know football. You don't know how the hiring process works. This is a slap in the face. Watch, they're gonna hire a guy tomorrow, and I hope Vrabel goes to Vegas for selfish reasons. But I understand his lineage and everything is attached to New England. But I also think that's a downfall. I think that is why he may not go to New England, because he knows what the fuck Kraft's doing over there. And he might be a lame duck owner. And he might be like, I'm staying away. He probably is doing the same thing with New York Jets. And he's probably like, I'm not fucking with Woody, who hasn't done shit in New York. And I got a lame duck 40-year-old quarterback who off the field antics are better and more, highlighted than his on the field antics. So listen, I think he can stay away from both of those East Coast franchises and come out west to Vegas, where at least you can have some autonomy and rebuild the place that lacks a lot. So I don't know. If I'm a coach, Fred, I don't know, Fred, how you think, but if I'm going to go build a program, I'd rather build Vegas than New England, like right now.
Let me ask you this. It has the same look if he takes the Vegas job with the Brady tie, right? As far as them getting rid of AP for him.
Yeah, but here's the difference. Brady and Vrabel play together. Remember, people keep associating Vrabel as a coach to Belichick. Vrabel never coached under Belichick. Never. He was a player. So you got to disassociate that part of it, because people keep talking about, because I brought it up before on my show years ago before Smitty. How many Belichick assistants have been good head coaches? Zero. Not one. Never. And then people who are like, Vrabel wasn't a coach for Belichick. He played. So understand, he played with Brady. And Smitty will tell you right now, him and Sheldon Day's connection is much tighter than him and a fucking assistant coach that he had at Ball State. It just is what it is. Like, you're going to be connected with your former boy as a player who shared a locker than you are with a former coach of yours. So Brady and Vrabel makes perfect sense to me. And that's the difference. And I want to make sure people understand, because ESPN, all these other fucks will talk about, he was a Belichick. No, he wasn't. He never coached for Belichick. He beat Belichick, though.
head-to-head in the playoffs.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. So I'm just saying, I think we need to disconnect that. Brady and him make sense to me, and that's why I've been saying it, and that's why I said it a month ago. I said Vrabel's going to be the next head coach in Vegas, and that was from an inside guy that told me that, but he looks like he might be dead on because I think Vrabel gets the Raider job here in a couple hours.
Where he gets that, I think the New England, I don't think it's either of those two. Like you said, I don't know Pep. I know the name.
Like, how dumb are we, Fred? Like, how dumb is America and the people out here who just don't understand it? And I'm, as a white boy, saying it is what people are going to have a problem with. How dumb are we, though, to think, you just fired a young brother fucking after a year. Why would you hire a young brother again who hasn't even been a head coach? Pep Hamilton has no head coaching experience. He coached in the USFL. So, like, what the fuck are we talking about? So now Kraft's going to just go, oh, well, I did it with Mayo, who has history with the organization. Let me hire two guys that have zero history. Get the fuck out of here, man. Why don't people start calling the truth out? Like,
what should black coaches do? I'm going to let Fred go for I don't want you to lose your thought, but I just got a follow-up question to that.
No, because I was just going to coattail what Coach said. I mean, at the end of the day, Vrabel takes that job out in Vegas. I'd be willing to go on Bet US, just like you, and put money down that is Josh McDaniels that is now going back to New England. And mind you, he has those ties. He's connected to the glory years. His name kind of floated just a little bit. And then, I think I know where you're about to go, Smitty. What was the guy that took the Lions job that was a Belichick's assistant? Defensive guy.
Patricia?
Matt Patricia, yep.
Matt Patricia got the opportunity that nobody would ever get. He's been a defensive guy for as long as you could ever think. And Belichick brought him back to call offensive plays after a failed stint in Detroit.
Same.
I mean, listen.
Smitty ain't getting that opportunity.
Nah. Just go down the line, though. Charlie Weiss was a fucking horrific head coach. Romeo Crennel, who I love to death, great defensive mind. Horrific head coach. Bill O'Brien, fucking horrific head coach. I just keep going down the line. There's never been an assistant that's left him. And I used to ask my buddies that intern for Belichick, did these motherfuckers not take notes and sit in the goddamn meeting room? What are they doing? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, you didn't watch this motherfucker operate? I don't know. I don't get it, but it is what it is, man. I think
makes you think, though, if it was one or two coaches, maybe we're just blaming those coaches. It's thinking like you guys wasn't taking notes, wasn't locked in, whatever. But it's every coach, though. Like, to your point, none of his assistants have done well. So at some point, I don't know, it makes you decide, like, is someone Belichick maybe?
Doesn't that like go back earlier and say, like, and you almost want to come out and say, damn, JV, you're right. The head coach does matter.
No, I'm going on the flip side of like, and I guess it's not Belichick's job to maybe develop his assistant coaches. It's not really his job. I don't think.
Absolutely his job. Absolutely 1,000% his job.
It is his job.
That's part of it. That's part of it.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Then. So to my point, I'm looking at Belichick differently. Then why are none of your assistants good coaches?
But the word has always been that, and I remember the rumblings out of Detroit when it got bad, is that he tried to be Belichick. I come out of JB's camp from his tree. I can't be JB because it's not authentic. It's not real. I can't. I can throw off a couple slap D's every now and then, but that ain't what I do. And then you're gonna see through that eventually because that's not me. That's not my personality. That's not who I am. Right. And the players in Detroit were saying that his fail was that he tried to be Belichick. There's only one cut off sleeve hoodie guy in the snow that can pull that off. That's him. So those guys never have their own personalities.
Yeah. And I want to argue with Smitty. This is the argument I would have. I would be like, number one, it's how the NFL hires. It's all about what have you done for me lately. So when Belichick won 7 damn titles or whatever, his whole staff was on the pecking order to be hired every which way. Every year, his staff was getting plucked because of what Belichick did. Belichick's on record saying, Matt Patricia, you weren't ready to be a head coach. You shouldn't go. He said he wanted to try it.
That's on you. It's not Belichick. Belichick was still priming you. And it's on you as an assistant to be the head coach of your position group. And if you aren't the head coach of your position group under the tutelage of Bill Belichick, that's on you. And the bottom line is, NFL and these hiring processes rush the job hire. They rush it all the time.
So none of them was ready. Belichick coached for 20-some years. Ain't none of his assistants 20-some years was ready. I mean, that's hard to believe.
But
Mike
McDaniel
McDaniel
assistants that was ready. Other great coaches had assistants that was ready.
You're using a broad ass statement. You're saying 20-something years of him coaching. That doesn't mean in year one that the OC got the head job after 1 year with Belichick. You got to break this down, homie. This is a macro level thinking thing right here, not micro level. This guy coached for 20 years. Coached for 20 years, Smitty. That doesn't mean everyone was coaching with Bill for 20 years and then got the job, homie.
Of course, I get it. I'm just saying that when we look at Andy Reid, we look at some of these other great coaches. They got people from their tree who went on and did well. You know, that's all I'm saying, homie.
Name me somebody from Andy Reid's tree.
Andy Reid from the tree of he's from the Eagles. Who was the head coach before? Who was he under? The Packers, right? Andy Reid was under the Packers' old head coach.
That's not what we asked you. That's not what we asked you, homie. It's not what we asked you where he coached. We asked you to name us some motherfuckers that coached for Andy Reid that's successful.
Listen, man, I'm gonna say this.
Andy Reid was with Gruden, and Andy Reid was with McCarthy, and Andy Reid was with fucking Andy Reid, by the way, is a Bill Walsh disciple and Dennis Green disciple, and he's a San Francisco State disciple underneath a bunch of legendary guys. Dirk Cutter, one of them. So I can break down lineages of trees, but
no, I mean the coach in my mind, Doug Peterson, though. And
Andy doesn't have a lot of guys under him that are winning either.
I'm saying, ain't Doug Peterson under this tree a Super Bowl winning champion, or am I tripping?
You said what? You said what? I didn't hear you.
Is Doug Peterson underneath the Andy Reid tree, or do I got that wrong?
I think he coached QBs for Andy for a year or two.
And then he's Super Bowl winning champion. So I mean, he got it. So I least got one example of a guy who reached the highest levels who was underneath him. So all I'm saying is,
who did he win the Super Bowl with?
The Eagles.
And who was his quarterback?
Nick Foles.
No, like, he ended up, but who got him to that? In his prime.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, you've got to come on, Smitty. It's that.
It's crazy too. You know what it is crazy too? Like these motherfuckers in here talking about Tomlin didn't do nothing. Like, okay, so it's Bill Cowher's team. He took it on. But Peterson didn't take Andy Reid's team then? Like, you motherfuckers are so crazy.
Well, Andy Reid got fired after a bad year. I'm not saying he should have got fired away, but I think Andy Reid didn't leave the Eagles on top. When he left,
what I'm saying is the structure, infrastructure,
yeah.
culture was built. It was built, and Peterson knew about it. And Peterson took it and ran and won a Super Bowl. And then he was fired.
Andy got fired after.
He was fired.
Yeah, Andy fired.
Andy got fired. Andy got fired. Yeah.
Yeah, but Andy got fired because of consecutive losses, if I'm not mistaken, in the first round.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they were bottom feeders. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I got you for sure.
And he took him to the Super Bowl. By the way.
Listen, I'm not trying to diss Belichick. You guys made me question it again. I've never coached, so again, that's why I was asking y'all. I'm like, okay, I'm not
dissing Belichick. Yeah. I'm just circling all the way back to the two guys that just hired in the same day. I mean, interviewed in the same day for that organization, knowing, as Coach was saying, when you walk out of the building, I'm passing Smitty. Oh, you interviewing today too? Okay, cool. Good luck. And then before I get in the car, I see Mike Brable's car over there.
What's crazy?
What am I here for if he's here? Oh, I get it. You've got to turn that paperwork in that says you interviewed.
And I'll be honest with you, these guys, Smitty, these guys will use your name to get the pool of applicants increased.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just telling you, there's so much to this game that no one wants to talk about. A JUCO may call me and ask me to interview, knowing damn well. That's why I stopped doing it. I won't interview because I tell them straight out, no, I'm not being used as a fucking enhancer for your pool. When you won't use, you're never going to hire me because you're scared and pussy to hire me because you don't want the optics and all this old shit. Well, guess what? Everyone says JB's applying for the fucking whoop-de-whoop. Oh, what?
if JB's applying, then I got to go apply. Fred's going to apply. Smitty going to apply because JB's applying, so it must be a good job.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's a shithole job, and you don't understand the whole process that goes into it, and that is why these people out here, these young cats, are, oh, JB's applying, it must be legit. No, they're using my name to enhance their pool to get some attraction, and then at the end of the day, then they'll say, oh, JB didn't get it. We just couldn't fuck with you because, yeah, right. Fuck you. I'm not going after the job, dumb fuck.
So y'all think black coaches in the NFL should just stop interviewing there?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. The Rooney Rule. Now, that's my whole thing, because Brian Leftwich turns down an interview with the Patriots. He'll never get another interview. He'll never get another opportunity.
And Fred, I had Marshall Faulk on my show, and I've talked to Marvin Lewis the day after he interviewed from Dallas, and we've discussed this in depth. And Marshall agrees with me and you 100%. At some point, though, to make a stand, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, everybody we talk about, the heroes of the world, you're going to have to make a stand and say enough is enough, too. Because
I'm not going.
We continue to take these token interviews, and I understand how hard it is because those are priceless. I don't give a fuck. An interview is priceless regardless if you get it or not, the job. The process of the interview is priceless. But at the end of the day, like Marshall said, man, we got to get together, band together and say, hey, man, we're being used as pawns too, just like JB just talked about. We got to say, fuck you. Fuck your interview. Show me. Because, listen, we got to be real, Smitty. The agents in this business all know each other. And the agents in the NFL already know who the head coach is going to be. And Marvin Lewis said it to Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk said it to me. We already knew McCarthy got the job. So then why did you interview? And all you're doing is adhering to a policy that the good old folks and boys run, the NFL. And the owners, 32 of them being white, own and run the NFL. So you're just adhering to their policy. You're not doing it for your betterment. You're doing it for their betterment, to adhere to a rule and up to an upset to come up and say, all right, well, we met the criteria of the Rooney Rule. But the kid or the coach we're interviewing don't get no benefit. He actually is just like, it's fucked up. It is what it is. I don't believe we should have a Rooney Rule. I've talked to several black coaches who agree with me. Why the fuck should we have a Rooney Rule? Why? And this is coming from other black folks that I talk to on a daily basis saying, why do we have Black History Month? By the way, it's the shortest month. But we got fucking LGBTQ month celebrated for fucking 6 months. So I don't understand why we have to do it.
You in a whole nother area now. I guess what I'm saying is this though.
But you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
My point is, it should just be normal. Like
the
best.
No, it should be. But what should be and what is ain't the same. Go ahead, Coach Fred.
No, because to Coach's point, there's nowhere in your resume where you put down I interviewed for the Coach JB show.
Nope.
There's nowhere that goes on the resume. So it doesn't do me any good other than you being able to flash me across the ticker saying that I interviewed, for you to be able to send your paperwork into the NFL and say, I interviewed Smitty, I interviewed Fred, I interviewed I reached the number that I had to get so I don't get fined. But at some point, like Coach said and Falk was saying, at some point, I'm not going if this is not real. And my agent would know if this is real or not, because he's probably the same guy that represents, and I'm just using the name, Mike Vrabel. Well, they've already contacted me about the terms. I'm just waiting on him to tell me, yeah, you're not taking this interview. Okay, cool. That's all I needed to know and kind of go from there. So, that's my whole thing. I mean, if you look at it, it all continues to get recycled. Josh McDaniels will get another opportunity. My guy at the Mike, when the Dolphins can McDaniel, because it's gonna happen. It's either gonna be him or Tyreek. You can write it down. He'll get another opportunity, but it just kind of it recycles itself. But the recycling is not happening with Mayo. It's not happening with AP. And that's where I think the problem needs to be addressed.
Hey, was Aaron Glenn named the Saints coach, or is that just a rumor that he's going to get the job? Because I hear Aaron Glenn's a shoo-in New Orleans, so I like that hire.
That's the rumor.
He's done a
That's
good
the
job.
rumor. I don't know if they're waiting to see, how the playoffs play out for him or whatever, but that's the rumor.
I want to know where
on
Brian
this end.
Flores is, though, because Brian Flores has had a top 5 defense all year long on one of the best teams in the NFL. And
He self-promoted the other day.
Everything about
the other
Miami.
day.
Good. Everything he said about the Dolphins organization has come to true fruition. It's come to full fruition. It's everything he said is true about
right down to the quarterback. Yep.
Everything. The owner, and by the way, I believe he's a Belichick if we want to talk about coaches, because I think he at least was like an intern or something for Belichick for a few years, and
Yeah, I
he beat
think so.
Belichick 2 out of 3 years in Miami as a head coach. So, I want to know where he lands, because he's done a great job, and I thought he was doing a great job in Miami as the head coach. I want to see where he ends up getting.
Well, by what he said the other day, I don't think he's being contacted, because he said that he would interview for any and every job that offered him the opportunity to interview. So I don't think he's really hot like that right now, Coach. To be honest, for him to come out and say that to me is saying, "Hey, somebody,
reach out.
I just want you
He's saying,
to." I'm here.
He's saying
Hey,
that I got
somebody.
blackballed. He's saying I got JB'd. I got fucking blackballed because I said the truth about these owners. And let's be real. and now you got these 32 white motherfuckers there about to say, you ain't getting another job. Because I'm just saying, he got blackballed in Miami, and we can say what we want. He went against the grass. Like, he went against the fucking brass grass. And
Damn,
I'm just
man.
telling you. And I love that Tomlin got him in there and brought him in and got him back in the market, and then they hired him. But he's been a head coach. He actually has it on his resume, and that's the problem I have, because they'll go and jump him and hire one of these OCs because they're flashy and they belong. Oh, well, Caleb Williams needs an OC. No, he don't. He needs a head coach. Flores has been a head coach. None of these other motherfuckers we're talking about has been a head coach. So I just can't stand it, man. I hate to see it. I want to see this motherfucker do it. And I don't know how Mike McDaniel, skinny jeans wearing ass, is still head coach. Like, why is he not fired today or Monday?
Well, his excuse is gonna be we missed the playoff because my quarterback got hurt again, concussion, and he missed 4 some games. But when he came in, when Tua came back and was healthy, we started winning. So that's his excuse. His excuse is when Tua's healthy, we go to the playoffs. So like he has reached success for Miami for their standard. Their bar was very low. Miami was really bad for a long time. Mike McDaniel got there, said he wanted about his personality, how he dressed, all that. He did help uplift that, and he did find some sort of connection with Tua, albeit we may disagree of how or whatever, because I'm a Flores guy as well. I'm more motivated by his style of coaching, I would say, than it is like a Mike McDaniel. But to each his own, Mike McDaniel found a connection with Tua and has found the best version of Tua that we've seen as far. So, like, that's why I don't think he's gotten fired, because he's done decently with him.
Like, why do we keep forgetting what Flores said is absolutely true? Again, to my point, his best version is shit. Tua's best version is a soft-ass offensive coordinator running the show for a soft-ass head coach who calls the plays. I'm calling Tua the offensive coordinator because he's on the field coordinating everything he does from the snap to the throw. I'm calling the play caller the head coach, who Mike McDaniel, who is coordinating it out to him, who's also very soft. Flores said, I don't even want Tua. And everybody lost their mind. He said, I don't even want this guy. So if we want to really talk about what Mike McDaniel's done to get the most out of him, I can argue and say, well, Flores literally has the same record at the time of his firing, and literally has the same exact record and did it exactly his way. And now you want to say, oh, well, this guy's made Tua so good. That's Flores' point. That's as good as he'll ever be, because he's not available half the time, and he'll never get you over the hump. So Flores was spot ass on. This is the team that he should be fired. It's a you problem. Antonio Pierce just got fired for not having a quarterback, homie. Fucking, we just got another guy getting fired for not having a quarterback.
But it's not the same though. Like it's not. If this was Mike McDaniel's first season as the Dolphins head coach, and this was the result, then maybe you would have more of a point.
No,
he has a little bit of a history with the Dolphins of again reaching the playoffs and fighting for the division and having success. AP, not whether it's his fault or not, only had 1 year. He had a year and a half. We'll call it a year and a half and didn't reach any levels of success, whether it's his fault or not. Those are the actual facts. I'm not dissing them. That's what.
And guess what?
It's not the same thing. Mike McDaniel, you ain't got to like Mike McDaniel, which I know you don't, but you can't remove the facts. He took to the playoffs. Point my beard. That for Dolphins standards, that's fucking success based upon their recent history.
Didn't Flores go playoffs or no?
No.
Never?
No.
But they have the same record, though, I think.
Look it up.
I'm legitimate asking because I don't think he did go to playoffs.
I think he had a season where he was like maybe a game out where they might have been like 9-8 or something like that, and they were game out.
I think they were like 9-7.
Yeah, or 9. Yeah, it was 9-7 or whatever. Baby, you can look it up when you get a chance to confirm that.
I don't think he went to the playoff, but he was the one that inherited Tua when he did not want to draft him.
Right. You remember Tua was splitting reps with Fitzpatrick. It was like a lot going on. Right. Yeah.
He didn't want him. The problem is you got AP who actually can control a locker room, players respect. And then in Miami, you got a guy that fucking walking around there where guys are being fined for being late, but continue to be fined for being late because they're continuing to be late. So make sense, homie. Because that means you have no control of your locker. That means you can find me all you want. I'm still going to be late because we don't fucking respect you. And that's the problem in Miami. It's way more than just a Tua concussion away from ending a career. It is much more. The leader of the locker room is soft.
So Brian Flores in his 3 seasons with Miami, he started off 5-11 in 2019, 2020 went 10-6, and 2021 9-8.
So 10-6, he didn't make the playoffs. Did he make the playoffs 10-6?
Sorry, you said what?
The 10-6 season, did he make the playoffs that year?
I'll figure that out.
That's the question. I thought one of those years he went to the playoffs, but
regardless, 10-6 is a hell of a record, even if he did miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's a good ass record. Yeah.
Well, that's why I say my point is his record overall is the same, I think, right now than
over a 3-year span or whatever. I got you. And then the other thing that comes into that also, Smitty, to me, that's not talked about enough is and I'll just use AP because he's in the conversation. Yeah. If AP doesn't have control over who we're drafting or who we are trading for and stuff like that, he shouldn't be the only one that's walking out that door. The general managers. Yeah. And that's the thing. And to me, that's an even bigger issue. And I think that's why guys like JB aren't in there because they want full autonomy. If I'm giving JB the job, JB's already told me the only way I'm taking it is I get to say who we draft. I get to say who we trade for, who we cut or whatever, because at the end of the day, who's being judged for those wins and losses?
Head coach. Yep.
The wins and losses. Right. I'm just telling you.
And to your point, AP wanted Jaden Daniels. He made that clear, and they didn't do anything to try to trade in the draft or do anything to get him. You know what I'm saying?
But what do I know? Fucking know? Why don't we rewind the show and go back a year? And I said AP will last 1 year because he wanted Jaden Daniels, and it's going to be very critical to his success. If he's allowed to trade for him, he'll be in Vegas for several years. If he's not, he'll be one and done. I said it on this show a year ago. He wasn't allowed to get Jaden Daniels in the trade, and I said that is cutting his autonomy off, and he doesn't have it because they're considering him as a lame duck interim head coach, and they're going to give him a year. They'll give him a year as a lame duck interim, and if he had full autonomy, I said it on the show, he'd be there for several years because they would have got Jaden Daniels in a trade. But no. And now look it, he's gone a year later. So just telling you, dog, if you don't got full autonomy, you have no shot. Not as a head coach.
That's real. Well, let me dive into one more topic, and we're gonna do a little white people shit, black people shit. We're gonna let y'all go. I know JB's in the fire right now, so we gotta keep him safe. So gotta shout out, man, my former head coach who recruited me, man, Pete Limbo. Buffalo's head coach Pete Limbo earned a $15,000 bonus for